Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. One of these days, this music thing will actually work correctly with the voice ducking. Hello, hello, hello. All right, final day of our little Skaven massacre. We're looking forward to some Doom Wheel action and some Warp Lightning and all sorts of lovely, lovely things. Hopefully make a gigantic mess of everything if we can. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. No real reason to keep you in suspense any further. Yep, that seems to not be working at all. Ow, that's because I didn't turn it on. I'm an idiot. Hang on, let's try that again. Now that should work correctly. You stop with that music. Thank you very much. Audio ducking is now working just as it should be. Let's not start a political debate in the chat right before we begin. Let's not. Let's just do video games. Here we go. All right. Welcome back. Now, if you remember what we were doing yesterday, we were basically taking over this undead territory and we'd start a little war with the dwarves. Couldn't trust the little stunty bastards in the first place. We wiped out a dwarven army, and now we're going to start moving on their territory because they own these two areas, which are a key part of this little province here. That is exactly what we're going to do. We have a nice army that we just got through testing. Some rat ogres and death runners and gutter runners, which had a few issues against the dwarves, but we did cut them down in short order. So they're all chased off. We could either go pushing here, or we're going to probably go back to Itza for reinforcements, and possibly some... I mean, siege units-wise, rat ogres are pretty good at knocking down doors. They could work. And then we'll probably go for Zatol. Now, as to what we're doing up here, we have a fully functional army that we're probably going to be sending north to try and capture that provincial capital, because it is a Warpstone ritual resource site. Having that will make things a lot easier. And our third army, well, they were working on the undead here. We got into a big fight, and we're probably going to have to pull back to reinforce here as well, because we did lose quite a few units. We actually just did a quest battle with him. On the plus side, it got us the Liber Barbonicus and the Rod of Corruption, which will be here next turn. That's his main legendary melee weapon, and that's basically him fully geared. So he should be pretty lethal. Getting that stronghold up, and then we can go up to level 4, get the Warp Forge. That's going to give us access to Storm Vermin, I believe, if we also upgrade the... Oh, what do we need? There's a building that we specifically need for that, which we'll have the space to do. So we'll be able to get Storm Vermin, and we'll be able to get Warp Lightning Throwers. So these are all good things. Very good things indeed. Take that up to level 3 while we're on. And this guy did not get to blow a hole in a wall. He is going to, though, when we hit the capital. We don't need siege if we have a Doom Engineer that can literally sacrifice itself to bring down the walls. And that's exactly what it's going to do. Right. Other than that, we also have this Plague Priest, so we could throw some really nasty stuff at that. We can start a giant plague, we can blow a hole in the wall. Basically, by the time we attack their capital, they'll probably have nothing left in it to defend with. If you don't mind, I'm going to try and keep my voice level down just a little bit today. I strained myself over the last couple of days, so my diaphragm's feeling a bit beaten up and bruised, so I just need to try and not do that. Oh, no, dwarfy, my little stunty friend. You started screwing with us by raiding our territory, so you're going to get obliterated. We are dealing with a hero here, but I have a very well-trained Skaven assassin who should be able to handle him quite nicely. We'll go to assassinate that Thane, which we successfully do. So he is off the radar. Heading back here for that. Yep, you're in range to do a little bit of plaguing, but we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to take your other capital first. We can probably do with upgrading here. I don't really see any reason not to. And everybody's heading where they should be. Yep, you head on over there. Once we've got all our units reinforced, we can go and do the... We're fighting a war on 3 fronts, which, considering the strength of our forces right now, is just fine. We don't have anything to worry about there. Chaos has been dealt with, and of course we do have the next phase of the ritual coming up. So... And that's about to be started, in fact. Now, if I recall correctly, this may very well be one of those regions. It is another clan, though, so I think actually, yeah, the ritual's coming from around here. We could maybe interrupt it. Maybe. So, we'll see. We'd have to go there and fight manually.
Behold the black...
Yeah, we're not interested in dealing with you. This is a ritual site, but where the actual ritual is coming from is here. Is it within range of us getting there to deal with the ritual? Possibly. I don't know, it'd take 5 turns, and I don't think we're going to get there in time. Maybe if we full march this army and hit one of the ritual sites, we may be able to interrupt it. We would have to full march to get there, but it's not impossible. So, I think that is actually exactly what we're going to try and do. We've noticed that while you can interrupt rituals with those NPC armies, you don't get to control them, so they're a bit crap. It's not ideally helpful. So we will just go on full march and head over there. There is a fairly nasty large lizardmen army, which hopefully will leave me alone. I believe we're currently neutral with them. Yes, so they might leave us alone for the time being. If we can quick march through the territory, then that will be nice. Now, in terms of making a mess, I wonder who's sieging these guys, then. That's a provincial capital, and something's going on there. Let's go have a look. Ah, it's another Skaven rebel army. There's been quite a few of those around. Oh, hey. They can feel free to mess with that if they want. We'll head back to that. Get our army back up to full strength. Not going to bother blowing a hole in the wall just yet, because we're not attacking yet. As for the plague, I mean, I really don't know what damage it does. Hinders growth and income. Might as well do it. We are going to attack it eventually. There we go. So we have plagued up their capital. That should limit what they're able to do for the time being. Research-wise, we did just do set examples and carve under tunnels. Strength in numbers. You know, buffing up our clan rats is good. We have lots of them in our main army, so I see no reason not to keep buffing them. Keeps clan rats very relevant. And of course, since you can summon clan rats as well, having them buffed is always a good thing. How far are we away from tier 4 over here? Pretty close. We'll get there soon. We'll just save the money for our nice tasty tech. One more turn, they'll pretty much be back on their feet, and then we can go hit the undead over there. And it's looking pretty good right now. By the looks of it. Although I want to get a rubbish pit there, make sure we don't over-Skaven the whole thing. I do wish I could find the toggle for fast movement on our units. I'm not quite sure where it is. It used to be space, and it isn't anymore.
I cannot see you, but I know you smell reek of...
Peace tree, I mean, we were kind of beating on you, but you know what? I could beat on the lizardmen instead, so... Sure, for the time being. It's not like we can't just turn on you later anyway. Good, that's helpful. That's a nice little trait to get. Let us move even faster. And we're just going to go full-on march right through, and we're going to see if we can reach that in time to do something about it. If we can, that will be good. Probably take us a couple of turns. If we can hit even one of the ritual sites, we may be able to slow it down. And then we will take out this, but currently it's not in use. Alright. So. This army's basically up and running now. And that shouldn't really be a walled settlement, I don't think. Is it? It has... yeah, that's not a problem. We should be able to run over that relatively quickly. And we're going to save some money because we want to upgrade this to tier 4, which will be quite pricey next turn. And that'll get us our Warp Lightning throwers. And then we can work on tier 5 for Doom Wheels, yes. Let's see if we can get a Hell Pit Abomination somewhere. Itzer is the best bet for that, because I think they currently have the... yeah, they've got the monstrous thing. If you get it up to tier 5, that gets you the Hell Pit Abomination. And this place is getting probably pretty close to that upgrade. They currently have 3 population surplus, and we need 5 in that province. We're definitely getting there. Yeah, let's not spend anything else. We've just got a full march here. This army's basically back up to full strength, so we might as well take them to the war with the lizard men. We could easily use them to take that ritual site instead. It's probably faster to use the underway to get out of these mountains. I would say so. So it's just Quitex that is stopping us from getting out, which is actually over there. Once we're dealt with the dwarves, we'll swing around and deal with that. Also, did I use my hero to, like, assault them or something? Yeah, I haven't quite got there yet. I'll send them over there to assault the garrison, probably. Just before we attack. Weaken them out just a little bit. Alright, everything looking good. It should be fun one way or the other. We'll be fighting some rather large wars on many fronts, which frankly is what makes this game fun. I mean, I've said this quite a lot about Total War, and I think it's pretty damn accurate. You know, the kingdom management aspect of Total War is never really the priority. It's not the fun bit. Yes, yes. This is the fun bit. Now, in terms of what we could then do with that, if I recall correctly, it's one of these for Storm Vermin. Yeah, so if I get the Clan Armory as well, I can get Storm Vermin with halberds and with swords and shields. And we have been having some cavalry problems, so I'm thinking building that here would be very wise. The thing is, I could also build it in this city instead and use this for something better. Because we only need tier 3. We don't need any higher than that. So really putting it here is probably a more efficient use of space. And then we can build some other stuff there. Alright, which is the faster way of getting there? Yep, definitely the underway. We'll head on in this direction. Huh. What is that? Oh, there's a skink hero there. Alright, well, full marching orders. I'm not sure we're going to reach it in time, but we'll sure as hell bloody try. We've got 3 turns. Yeah, I think we will reach it in time. Depends how long it takes for Skaven to sail, I suppose. Well, they're on the water now, so that's good. They usually takes a turn to do it. So we could probably attack, maybe delay their ritual a bit. Or we could just send these guys sort of ravaging across, because it looks like the 3 areas of the ritual are very close. So if we hit that first and then immediately head inland, we might be able to slow it down just a little bit. And we are getting to the point. We need quite a lot of warpstone. We're actually very close to being able to perform the ritual. Actually, maybe even next turn we can start it, so we might be able to do it before they do. Alright, we're attacking this area. Can we reach it? We can. Do we have the cash? No, we are broke as hell. Screw it. You know, we've already done significant damage, I think. Battering this garrison down shouldn't really be much of a problem. Okay. Usually I just let this auto resolve, but in this case I'm still sort of feeling out what these death runners and gutter runners can do, so I'm going to do the fight, just so I can get a bit more experience with them. Because death runners are a bit weird. Like, they've got some interesting, like, they've got this kind of concealment bomb ability, which isn't actually an ability, it's a passive. Which I think means they're invisible pretty much all the time. And if you move them out of combat, I think they become invisible again. That, I think, makes the most sense. I do wish that these, some of these would be a little bit less vague, you know? Just tell me exactly what some of this stuff does. You know, Stalk makes sense, but what does concealment bombs actually do? That's more of a lore thing than anything else. And we do still have the ability to completely surround them, which makes this whole thing really rather amusing. And we could just do a vast, nasty skirmish line of gutter runners on one side, and then the rest of our army on the other, and just crush them in the middle. Because these Vanguard units are that good. We can deploy all the way over there. Death Runners, yes, they're also Vanguard deployment. So we can deploy them there and send them straight forward. Have a nice little scary unit of these. They'll be able to catch up with them pretty fast. The rest of them are going to have to stay behind in this area. These are all invisible right now. So as long as I keep them there for the time being, I might want to back them off ever so slightly, just so they sort of remain in the trees. Because we could still take some casualties if we're not careful, but I think it looks like we're fine. And then just have our melee units all as part of that. There we go.
Protect me.
No, that was not what I am to do. There we go. Put those in group 4. Thank you. Cool, let's rock and roll. I actually don't know where the enemy force is. It's somewhere in that red box, is the answer to that. Oh, they're right there. Okay. Lawnmower's right under my window. That's always lovely. God, that's annoying. How loud can you possibly be? Right. So we're just going to hit them from behind with a bunch of nasty skirmish units. They don't have a lot of range, but they can fire while moving, which makes them extremely powerful skirmishers. And then we can have our rat ogres charge in. I'm not going to have the death runners engaged just yet. Bear in mind, they are invisible, at least they're supposed to be. I might actually be a little too close to them. One way or the other, the rat ogres charging right into the middle of their army seems like a very sensible thing to do. Speaking of fun and massively nasty things to do, dropping a warp lightning right in the middle and then moving our plague monks forward to engage. Sounds good. Kaboom. Let's see what else we can throw at them. We have a Skaven Scorch, which is a cone by the looks of it. We could definitely cut through them with that. Alright, let's get in there. Everyone! And just skirmish them from behind. What a lovely mess this will be. Yes, delicious. Those miners just like, fuck this, I am not getting involved. I'm gonna task off with a couple of these gutter runners to pick them off so they don't escape. Nasty, powerful poison units. Not what you want to be dealing with, really. Quite a lot of chug and slow down this level for some reason. Yeah, really nasty amount, actually. They still obviously have some optimization to do. Yeah, that was not difficult. So it looks like the Death Runners were just a bit too close for their stealth to actually work. Please go away, lawnmower bastard. Thank you. Ugh. Horribly noisy bullshit. It's a disadvantage with the office being at the front of the house. Okay, food-wise, we're in a pretty good spot, so taking that at level 2 is affordable. Very nice. Get ourselves an upgrade as well. Still working on this guy. Maybe getting Death Frenzy might be good, but I'm sort of making him just a very big, nasty spellcaster. Warpstone tokens is a really effective one. Oh, you can get a Screaming Bell mount? Super cool. Alright, we've got to get that. And yeah, Warpstone tokens there. It's a big power reserve upgrade. So I think it's very much worth it. And now we need to go after Guacamole Crater. That took a lot of damage in that siege. We can go and assault the garrison. And then use the Doom Engineer to blow a hole in it. Looks good. We're just moving this army. Yeah, this army's already moved. Good. Yeah, I think that's our turn. Yep. I'm not good at Total War, but I've played enough of it to at least be competent at it. If you expect a 10,000 hour expert, then you are not going to find one, but I at least kind of know what I'm doing. Mostly. And we are now ready to begin our ritual. And we will, certainly. We have Oxel. Yeah, those are the 3 places we're going to be doing it for. So we're going to have to deal with some chaos.
Even working together, it will take your greatest adept some time to complete. Such is the ritual's power that the great vortex itself distorts under its pull. Be wary, though, for while the vortex is weakened, the forces of chaos will slip into this world. Ready your defenses, for they will doubtless be drawn to the ritual's power.
It's like 3 major chaos armies coming in our direction. So we might not want to overextend too much. They look several turns out from hitting Itza. Itza is very well defended, so it will probably... It has level 4 walls. So it will probably be just fine. And it has a very good garrison. I am a bit more concerned about this. Like, a city like that probably will not. So we may have to try and attack the Chaos Army using our main force. In the meantime, we are still trying our absolute best to get to this city and interrupt their ritual. So we're going to attack Skeggy first. And that may give us a little bit extra time to work with to get our ritual done before theirs. So I think we can attack them next turn. In terms of what else is going on. Oh, we can get Oxel to level 5. Wow. All right. Yeah, we certainly should do that. That opens up some opportunities. That would let us go tier 5 Plague Sensor Bearers. They're very dangerous. And of course, it unlocks 2 more building slots. We could go... It would take a while to get to Helpit Abominations from there, but it's not impossible. Construction-wise, like... We were going to rebuild the construction area here, so we might rebuild that and get Doom Wheels from there. Although, we're going to get that probably relatively shortly here as well. I'm going to switch to expansionist planning so we can grow Altar of the Horned Rat a little quicker. So, question is, where else do we want to go tech-wise? We're already sort of going to number 3 there. What I want to do is take this to level 3 and then get the armory up so I can get Storm Vermin. Reinforce our front lines with those. Chaos Army was over there several turns out, I think. Don't really have to worry too much about that yet. Are we ready to attack? We actually are. And we could probably just go for it. There is that enemy army. Which could... Well, we will have to kill that off first. But yeah, I'm going to continue to just weaken this city before we go and trash it. Yeah, Plague Sensor Bearers are tier 5 unit. They're very, very strong. Good, put another hole in the garrison. It's always nice. I think we're pretty much buffed it up as much as we can. But this Replenish Troops upgrade for embedding is very nice as well. You can just pop it in a weak army that's taken some casualties and then immediately just punch a giant hole in your recruitment really quickly. Make it much easier. Alright, we need to run over that Dwarf army first. Looks like they got affected by the plague we used. Oh, and we ambushed them as well. Oh, they are super fucked. Alright. I think we already have the unique building at Altar of the Horned Rat, unless there's an upgrade for it. The unique building was a ritual site, and I'm pretty sure we already built it. But I will double check if there's an upgraded version of that. There may be. Alright. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I think we'll be alright somehow. I'm not too concerned about them doing much to us. I just keeping the death runners a little bit further back so they don't immediately lose concealment. Because, yeah, they're strong, but they're a little, you know, you can put holes in them pretty easily, so, you know. They do a lot of damage, they're great dual wielders and stuff, but they don't have a lot of armor, so they can get picked off by ranged units quite fast. Alright, let's rock and roll. Spells, spells, spells. Warp lightning and make a horrible mess everywhere. Thank you very much. Let's take one of those away. Alright, this looks like it's going just fine. Not that I really expected much else of it, honestly. Oh, what is that anyway? Wow, it actually... That's really good. So, basically, you cast this, and the unit can't move. So, you use that on a leader, they can't get away. Although, it doesn't seem to be actually working that way. It's like, effects can't move. He looks like he's moving to me, mate! Looks like he's moving pretty well, actually. I wonder if that just doesn't work on leaders. Alright, you get in there and murder him, eh? A lot of you are just hanging around doing nothing. That's very lazy of you. Task you off to make sure things are happening. Hopefully they do fix the stuttering before the launch, because it's a little annoying. It could be the fact that, you know, there aren't drivers for this game yet, but still. The stuttering is noticeable on certain maps. That's it. That's why it's interesting. Some maps have none of it, and some do. So I'm not really sure what the cause is. Oh, if flying, right. Well, that'll still be great for locking down leaders with flying mounts. So it's still a handy thing nonetheless. Oh, that's that out of the way. And then we could just head straight in for their capital now that we've done horrible damage to it. Hit it with a plague, fucking assassination. Just a horrible mess, really. What a giant stonking mess of everything. Lovely. Beards for the beard. Good God, indeed. Alright, what else do we want to look at here? So we're going for the really nasty spells like the Dreaded 13th, which let you summon, like, storm vermin out of nowhere. So, we'll get Musk of Fear. Calvin Klein, the newest fragrance, Musk of Fear. And we go straight in for a siege. Alright, earthquake time! Use our Doom Engineer to blow a hole in the walls. There we go. That sacrifices him, and then we can go... They should be ripe for just sieging now. Yeah, you get gold from battles. I got paid, I just didn't pick the option which got me more paid. So Guacamole Crater now does not have any walls. Basically, most of their buildings were destroyed. So I actually think that they don't stand a chance now. But hey. Isn't that lovely? Oh, it's not about the unique building. Yeah, we already have it at the highest level possible, so... Nothing really to worry about too much there. Okay, I think everything is where it needs to be. We have our army moving in to defend against the Chaos attack. We've got our army going to attack Hexodal and trying to ignore their ritual, trying to do something to their ritual. And then, oh, that's a big army. All right, it'll be a bit of a scrap to get through here. And then we will try and take the dwarf capital. We'll see if that's stretching it out a little bit too much with the amount of chaos that's coming our way. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Always nice. Oh, plus 10 armor for clan rats? That's really good. It's a significant upgrade. What the hell happened to our units? Oh. We're actually... Oh god, we're being affected by our own plague. That sucks. Okay. Well, I guess we better get the attack done now then, because... Oh, and actually, they could totally fight us here. I think we can still win this. Yeah, we should totally still win this, but... Yeah, we are, unfortunately, screwing up with our own plague right now. Well, I think we can win the fight. We might even need to leave, because our own plague is killing us. Well, let's find out. There shouldn't be any walls left. After we hit them with an earthquake, there should be holes in the walls all over the place. Here's hoping I was right about that, because if I'm not, then I made a huge mistake. No, you can't get access to the game right now. This is not... The game is not out yet. I was hoping for more holes than that. The towers look a bit damaged, but otherwise they look fine. Well, shit. This is going to be a harder fight than it looks. Well then, this is going to be a bit of a scrap. So I'm thinking we put our Death Runners up front, because dodge is a very effective screening tool against missile fire. They've taken no damage at all. Earthquake did not do anything. Oh, they repaired everything in one turn? That quickly? Ha. Well, fuck me. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to fight it then. I expect it would take longer than one turn to repair everything. We'll be alright. We do have a bunch of rat ogres, which are very effective at punching through the wall. We also have a nice amount of ranged troops, so we should be able to whittle down what's on those walls. Another thing we can also do is summon clan rats kind of as a kiting tool to take some of the fire from the forts. Get them in the right damn groups. Alright. So we'll have the Death Runners up front. We'll follow them with the Skirmishing Gutter Runners to pick off stuff on the walls, and then we'll try and climb up with our Plague Monks, and then our Death Runners to take out what's on the walls. In the meantime, we'll send the Rat Ogres in to bust through the door, which shouldn't take too long, and they'll probably be able to bust whatever defense is there as well. So, that's fine. Bear in mind, we also have some nasty spells we can use on them, too. Let's go. They don't have a lot of ranged troops on the walls, so... This shouldn't be too bad. We can also, of course, drop Wart Lightning on their walls and take out some guys that way. Can't do breath attacks on the walls, it looks like. Yeah, let's put the... use the attack there instead. They did some significant damage to Rat Ogres. They're putting holes in them because they have Thunderers. I put a Clan Rat unit there to soak up some of that damage. Let's push forward our skirmishers so they can help pick that stuff off. We can easily just do a Skaven Scorch through there to weaken their defenses. Alright, let's get the Plague Monks on the walls. And the Death Runners as well. Our skirmishers are doing a decent job at picking some stuff off here. And put down another nice big Warp Lightning attack to blow some holes through their missile defenses, and that door should be down any moment. And it's down. Don't want to send them against Longbeards if I can avoid it. They've got a bunch of stuff with great weapons, which is unhelpful. Let's get our leader in the fight. Our Rat Ogres may very well not be enough for this, but our Death Runners certainly will be. Not sure what we got on the wall and what we didn't. Alright, that unit's up. These are instead just going to end up going up on the wall the other way. We can get our skirmishers up there as well. A big warp lightning attack on the top would be good, or for some reason it's now no longer letting me do that. There we go. That'll do it. Some clan rats to back up our rat ogres. They're doing relatively well, but they're going to need some backup. Our death runners are in the mix now, so that should help. Great weapons won't do very well against them. Task them off to try and take the leader out. Let's get him some more mana so he can drop some more warp lightning on those walls. We still need to break those units. We're getting there. A warp lightning attack around top of them. Alright, looks like we've overwhelmed them quite nicely. Our rat ogres did take some punishment. We're on the walls now, though, so their ranged units won't be able to do too much anymore. And we've got our skirmishers up there, too. Just turn skirmish off if we're on the walls. Otherwise, they're going to just keep running away from things, which is not helpful. Yep, they're fleeing. We've taken the middle of now, so as long as we kill that unit, everything should be just peachy. Get the death runners in against the leader. Looks like he's doing pretty well for himself in the middle. I can't wait to get that screaming bell as a mount. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tell you what, these guys up here just will not die. It's like freaking invincible crossbowmen up there. Well, it was a costly fight, but it's capital. We'll be able to regenerate quickly. Unless, of course, the plague is still around, in which case we'll not be able to regenerate at all, and we might actually have to abandon it. But that could have gone a lot worse, considering that we didn't have the holes in the walls we expected when we arrived. Shouldn't have waited that one turn. It was a mistake.
It's all my mind.
Ooh, that's a nice piece of armor, that. Well, unfortunately, even if we hang around here, that plague is still there, so we're actually going to have to leave until that plague stops. It seems like the plague does more harm than good, really. I'll be entirely honest about that. We'll pick up... I'm going to have to spend 4 points here. We'll grab a... That will increase the effect duration. I'll grab a point death frenzy. Right, well, we're going to have to move out of there. Which is going to make them very upset. Because the plague is going to kill our army if we hang around. So, I'm going to put efficient planning on to maintain public order. And then my army's going to have to get out of there, because otherwise it's going to get poisoned. Route March is a bad idea. Again, I need those I need to put 4 points in spells, so... Route Marcher does not get me to that goal. Right, well, here are the Chaos Armies. Let's see what they've got. Nasty stuff. A lot of Chaos Warriors, some Knights, some Marauder Horsemen, a lot of Hell Cannons. So this will be a nasty fight. I think the best thing we can probably do is fall back to Chaqua so that we can rely on its garrison to help us, rather than fighting them in the open field. And then take them as they come, because they will absolutely just come and attack us. We do have a lot of artillery of our own, and it's elite artillery as well, so This may not be quite as bad as it looks. In the meantime, our plan was to attack this city, which is, it turns out, is proving annoyingly difficult to do. To embark onto land first. Yeah, we can't attack it this turn because of the de-embarkation. And unfortunately, it's going to complete the damn ritual before I'm able to attack it. That's bullshit. Welp, never mind then. I wasted my time coming over here. Actually, it's because I'm marching, innit? I was wrong. I can interrupt it. How big a city is that? Oh god, it's the capital. Oh god, it's level 4. And it has level 4 walls? It's dicey, but not impossible. And you want to see a harder fight? Well, this will be a harder fight. Let's do it. I have the means to breach the walls, but it could be messy. Oh my god, right, they have a lot of defenses. That's a lot of shit. This may very well be a mistake. But that doesn't mean we can't win. A lot of these are actually skinks. They're not that tough. The concern I have are the cold ones. I do have enough spears to deal with them. Ignore this. This makes no difference. What I'm worried about is the wall strength, or whether I actually have enough artillery to break it. I don't have a lot, but I do have some. We'll give it a try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I would like to interrupt this ritual, and that's going to be one of the only ways to do it. So, let's see what happens. They do have a decent amount of ranged attackers, but they are very limited in their range. They're only like 70-80 range. What I'm concerned about are the towers. That said, the shielded clan rats will probably be good enough to take their fire for a little while. Plus, as we've demonstrated, the night runners are effective screens for that too. It's worth a try. Let's stock up on Menace below. We'll definitely need that. We're gonna win this fight. I don't know why Menace went below default to 0. That was a bit weird. I think if you're out of your territory, it defaults to 0. If you're within your territory, you get a bunch of free. Well then, this is what we have to fight. There are 2 gatehouses. This is probably the easiest to penetrate. We may be able to sneak this from under them, depending on whether they heavily defend this area. We might be able to rush through. So we need to pull our army as far back as possible to avoid taking unnecessary missile casualties. As to whether or not we can down that gateway and those towers with just 2 catapults, I don't know. We'll definitely give it a shot. I imagine these towers are probably very much in range of my artillery. So I'm going to put a couple of shielded clan rat units in front to try and deflect some of those attacks rather than lose my artillery. Remember, we also have the night runners that are pretty effective screens. And as for that, we just have a lot of spears, rat ogres. They have some good units, so do we. We'll find out. Let's see if we can take it. Alright, well, your goal is to knock down the gatehouse. Currently, yep, we are in range of the towers, but these 2 shielded clan rat units should be able to tank that quite well. And that's a very small area on the wall, so we can throw plague at it and we can do decent damage. Their ranged units will not be able to do anything from this range. We're just taking little bits of damage here and there on fairly expendable units. And one of the better things we could do is just summon Menace from below, right in front, and use that as a free missile sponge. Just have them kill that clan rat unit while we batter the walls down. And hold everybody else back for the time being. And once this guy's on the wall, he's going to do a lot of damage. So they have a melee specialist up there. They've got some Saurus warriors, skinks, a lot of skirmishers, not a lot of power. Most of their power units are actually back defending this. So taking the walls probably isn't going to be that hard. Right, well, they've proved an effective missile screen so far. Are the walls down? Gatehouse, I think, is about to fall in the next couple of salvos. We can summon a new clan rat unit to keep absorbing that fire. They have a lot of flyers over there, so the thing is, like I said, most of their power units are back there and not on the walls. So we should be able to bombard the walls and weaken it, and then send our army forward. Alright, good. Now let's have the artillery bombard the walls, and we can start moving forward with our shielded units. And we'll follow them with the spears. Yeah, they're all very close together, so the artillery should do a very good job of making a mess of them. Well, they are meat shields, quite literally. Like I say, this wall actually doesn't look that tough. And with repeated artillery bombardment. Plus, of course, we can always charge our rat ogres right through the center. And we'll probably need to, because they're moving some of their main force up there as well. Looks like they're already panicking, and some of those guys are retreating because of all of the damage we're doing, so that's good. Take those walls. We are about to take some pretty nasty skink fire, so it's time to get up there. So they might be kind of shitty otherwise, but they're very good at close range. Alright, get up there. There's not a lot of space to get up there. And I'd probably send the spears through the gate, not onto the walls. Because we're probably going to be dealing with some nasty units on the other side that spears would probably be more effective at handling. Alright, rat ogres are coming through, and they're right after the Saurus and making a mess. Our leader is on the wall and making a mess. That's what he's good at. Can dump some clan rat units in the middle there. As for our night runner skirmishers, they've been holding back this entire time. We're going to order our catapults to cease fire. They don't have much ammunition left anyway, and we can use them later. The night runners can get on the walls and start bombarding everything else. Our warlord's already fucked them up pretty badly, so he can keep doing that. Their morale is starting to break. Killing the chief would probably be a good way to do it. He's a very good assassin, so we should probably try that instead of wasting your time with anything else. How are the rat ogres doing? Not bad. Not bad at all. They seem to be making a big mess of the gatehouse. So we can have them charge through. They see the rest of their army, it's all over there. So we're fighting half their army at the time. So while it may have looked scary, it's not, because they're not using their whole army at the same time. Everything else is looking good. And I want my plague claws to be in range to bombard when they finally do start to send some of the nasty stuff in. Oh, our rat ogres actually broke. That's interesting. I wonder why they did that. Looks like there's something big and scary in the middle of that. Oh, it's a feral stegodon. That would be why. Okay, then our spearmen need to get in there right now, then. We have a large unit of clan rat spears that should be pretty effective at taking that down. I assume it's a stegodon that's causing a bunch of fear. Yep, frightened by an enemy unit. Our warlord's taking this out quite nicely. So the walls are looking fine. That's not a problem. It's these units breaking from fighting the Stegadon that's a problem.
Yes, yes.
You know, you can get up there instead. Find a different place to get up. We're getting a lot of breaks, wow. Okay, we might need to take our warlord off the walls because that Stegadon has basically said fuck off to half of our army. It's literally just scared the shit out of everybody.
And slay enemy foes.
Yeah, we're losing pretty badly because our army's breaking a lot. It was fine, but apparently the Stegadon just scared the whole army and now everybody's running. So, it's not particularly ideal, is it? I think we lost a fight due to morale there more so than anything else. Now we can handle the units, that's not a problem, but... yeah, pretty much everybody broke. Well, it was worth a shot. We did try and interrupt the ritual and we failed to do so, so... yep, that's a pretty clear loss. It was going fine. And then it wasn't fine anymore. I wonder how good, these cudgels actually are, like, attack-wise against my clan rats. They may have just been much, much better.
What?
Oh, not quite licked yet, but we're definitely getting there. Did our warlord break? Oh, we're definitely fucked then. Alright. They're not gonna be rallying anytime soon. That fucking Stegadon, it just scared us the hell away. Oh, the AI also brought the other half of the army in, yes. I thought the AI was doing wrong, but it turned out the AI knew exactly how good the Stegadon was and said, you know what? This is not going to be a problem. Well, such as it is, I will concede defeat and reload, because I'm a save scumming piece of shit. And learn from that mistake that, no, we cannot, in fact, attack that. Not with what we've got, anyway. Now, you know what would be good against something like that? Some warp lightning catapults. Throwers. Yeah. That would probably do it. Well, that's a first battle of, what, 30 lost? Yes, you can go post on Reddit now. I'm obviously garbage. Right, we're going to retreat, because this is not going to work. What I'm more worried about is that they're probably going to come attack me now. It's like, I cannot leave yet. God, they're allied with the Empire over here as well, for God knows what reason.
All tales are mine.
I'd much rather fight against an Empire army than that, but we might end up having to fight them anyway.
Silent.
Mistakes were made.
The council's voice.
Yeah, you get over there, and you know what? We need that troop replenishment, and this guy's very good at that, so you are gonna join that. Counteract some of this damn plague. Finally, we can get that level 3 upgrade to give us the space we need to get that armory up and get some Storm Vermin. Storm Vermin would have probably done extremely well against that Stegadon, and since we didn't have it, we've certainly been royally punished for it. What we could do with here is to, now we have space to get a slave wheel, we can up the income of this nice little area quite a lot. Dat plague. 2 turns remaining on the plague before we can kind of go back in there and really do anything. Messy, messy, messy. Question is, what do we want here? It's like, what do we have access to? What do we not have access to? Oh, yeah, we never got a weapon borrow, did we? Which is the Warp Fire Thrower and Poison Wind Globadiers. Well, that's disgusting. We should very clearly have that. We need a Warp Turbine plant for death. What's a Death Glow Bombardier? I don't know what that is. But it sounds really fun. What is it, though? We need the Warp Turbine plant and a Warp Forge. Warp Forge, that's a level 4. I'm just trying to think of what we can actually build there that would be good. Let's see, warp turbine plant. Level 5. Right, so that is what I need for that. Which this area will have that sooner rather than later. So we could maybe build that here instead. Because we'll actually be able to use it. Alright, nice. Well, Chaos is probably about to kick us in the nuts, so let's see what happens there. It's quite obviously the solution to all of our problems. Oh, fuck. Please back off. I don't want to fight the garrison as well. I don't mind fighting just this army. That's fine. That's okay. I can probably fight that. Did he bring his feral Steggard on with him? He didn't. Okay, this I think I can fight. This, without the walls, without all the bullshit, this is probably much easier. So we will take this fight. It'll probably be a bit messy and we'll probably lose some stuff, but we might be able to win it. They do have quite a lot of Cold One Riders, but we do have a decent number of spears. The problem I've got is these guys are fairly low leadership and they might break. So, let's see what happens. The bar being very red, again, we just ignore that. That doesn't really mean much. It's not that important. Is a Steggard on a summoned unit? I think it was part of the garrison. It's probably part of a special building summon. Alright, well, in that case, so... we have some range capability. A bit longer range than they do. We have some artillery capability, which they do not have. So, probably fighting them on a hill is a decent idea. Probably back here. There we go. Let's move all our stuff back here. Use our Rat Ogres as a flanking force. We can have them sort of in the trees over here and have them charge around and hit a vulnerable unit. If we keep our leader right at the center, that will probably solve our leadership problems. I hope. And what we need to do is just make sure that our flanks are properly protected from Cold One attacks. So we will use our 5 units of spears to do that. Obviously, with these woods here, that means that they will not be able to charge at full speed at us. So our left flank is a bit more secure than our right one. Our right one we can commit a few more units of spears to. And then everybody else, they can sort of skirmish behind that wall of spears. And our shielded clan rat units will be able to provide the bulk of the army. Will probably work pretty well, I think. Let's pull those back. Yeah, actually, no. I don't want to pull them back, because what I want to do is engage the cold ones if they try and charge through the woods. I want to engage them at their slowest possible speed, so they don't get charged. I know what Poison Wing Globadiers are. What I was interested in is what Death Globe Bombardiers are. What is the difference between Plague and Death? Good question. Alright, our spears are in a pretty decent spot to deflect the cavalry, I think. I mean, these spears may just not be good enough even to stop them, but we'll find out. Okay, this is about as good a setup as I can think of. So let's give it a try. And of course, we can do what we did in previous fights, which is use the Menace from Below summons to slow down incoming units. Like, tackle their elite Cold One Riders, tie them up. These guys are ready to fire at will, and we'll bombard what we can. And then our nice little units in the woods there are just ready to come around and do some damage. And they'll be able to charge in from the flank. These are quite slow-moving units, so we should be able to do some damage with some bombardment. So we see Cold One Riders coming in from that side. I'm not gonna engage them just yet. Okay, now I will. So, again, the goal is to slow the Cold Ones down, to give us as much time as possible to deal with... And they just broke instantly. Yeah, which is fine. That's just to slow them down so that we have more time to prepare and more time to bombard. We've got these Cold One Spear Riders here, which will probably be very effective against anti-large, and they certainly are. So I think they spotted us. Yep, they did, and they're probably faster too. So I'm going to pull my Rat Ogres back, because they clearly know that we're there. Just delay them as best we can. We could probably skirmish quite effectively against them. They are skirmishers, but so are we. And they have dodge, which is even better. So we can continue to delay the right flank with summons a bit, which will let us focus on the main bulk of their force. And then, of course, we can use the Rat Ogres as sweepers. As soon as they hit our front lines, we can charge the Rat Ogres in from the flank. Alright, we have incoming Cold One Riders. They're moving through the woods. This is the best possible time we have to engage them. And once we've tied them up, we can maybe hit them in the flank ourselves. Make sure that our leader is right in the middle, because we're going to need that leadership bonus. Alright, the spears are in. Okay, now charge them from the back. Okay, so far so good. We do need to make sure that we're continuing to tie these Cold Ones up where we can. Skirmishers are doing alright. Okay, our main bulk of our Clan Rat forces can now advance. I'll try and engage those troops. And we'll just strip off our spear units so that we can bring them in here. Continue to delay these as much as possible. If we're able to just slow that charge down a little bit, which we were, then we can bring our spears in from behind. Bring in an additional unit of spears, because these guys are high-tier cavalry. Looks like we have a lord here. Our spear units did break, but we do have our Rat Ogre still in the fight. Let's retask our skirmishers to try and take down those pterodons. Get these guys in the mix. Let's go. Can't just stand there taking fire. It's a waste of time. We have to take advantage of our weight of numbers. Otherwise, we will not win. We can continue to put solid bombardments right into the middle of their army. Okay, we brought some additional units in. Our warlord is still there. We really need him, you know, over here. Skirmishers are now dealing with the pterodons. Any other skirmish units? God, you're all the way over there. Okay. We need you back right now. Okay. Is there anything I can tie down those skink cohorts? If I dump Clan Rats in the middle, that'll reduce the amount of rocket fire, missile fire we're taking. Do we have any Clan Rats that are not fighting? Nope. Looks like they're either moving to fight or are already fighting. Those Cold Ones, I think we pretty much beat them. What I need is my damn warlord to get over there. And I can blow up that Clan Rat unit right in the middle there. Oh, I think I blew myself up there. Ah, hell. I didn't realize that leader was a fucking cavalry unit. Well, this is going to be a problem. Come on, we really need our Rat Ogres back in this. Spear units. What do we got left? Half of them broke. Those pterodons are still a giant pain in the arse. Our plague claws are mostly gone. See if we can pull back what's there. I see that unit of Cold Ones, and I really would like to tie them down if possible. Need those Rat Ogres back in the fight now. They're going to be the ones that actually do the damage. God, this pterodons are proving to be a fucking nightmare. And we really have not touched their leader, which is what I was trying to use my leader for. But he keeps getting tied down. Shoot the pterodons. You are over there being useless. Come on. That's about right. Oh, it's broke. Yeah, I think we're losing it. I think our army's just too inexperienced, and our leader doesn't have the leadership buff, so... Yeah. Well, it is what it is. We lost the fight. That's fine. We'll know better for next time. Much of my army did rally. Don't know if that'll make much difference, but hey. A lot of fear-causing stuff, I think. So we'll probably want to get some abilities on our warlord, assuming he survives the battle. Which I think he did? I don't know. I don't see him on my unit selection. He may have been killed, which would really suck, because I was working on that guy. Yeah, we lost. These guys are tough. They're not messing around. A lot of fear-causing stuff. No, we didn't lose him. Well, we've learned for next time. We'll get out there and come back with a better army. Because I think we're going to use that many clan rats, we need a high leadership boost, and clearly we don't have one. We did a good amount of damage to them. We cut their army in half. But still. Did we lose everything? Oh no, army is withdrawn. Alright. So I think we lose the army, but we can get Triven back. Well, that's fine. We're just going to have to come up with a new, nastier, scarier army to use against these guys. In the meantime, fucking chaos. Oh god, that's actually a lot of chaos. They used both of their armies simultaneously. Alright, well, here's the question, I guess. Can we actually fight that much chaos at the same time? Or are we gonna... or should we leave? Oh, we can't leave. We're surrounded. Are we going to lose another army? They both attacked us at the same time. And we lost our leader? Oh, that sucks. He said he was forced to retreat. I don't know he was killed in action. That was not an intervention army. No, that was one of ours. Right, well, we're going to have to fight this off. We do have a lot of really powerful magic, but unfortunately they have two very high-level lords as well, so this is going to absolutely suck. What I should have done, clearly, is to back off and fortify our much larger city and let them have that one. We'll give the fight a try, and if not, we'll try and renew a save and run the fuck away. We have a lot of elite units. We have a lot of these plague monks and things like that, so this is a much stronger army than our other one. As to whether or not that's going to be good enough, I don't know. We will find out. Our artillery is going to be very helpful here. We have a lot of buffs for it. We'll be able to do a lot of damage. So we'll line them up and bombard the hell out of them with them. Our clan rats are at least quite elite, so that will help on the leadership front. Our plague monks are very much elite. So our actual line units are not bad. Let's make sure that everything that's on the line that's going to be on the line is in group 1. And we have a lot of spells, so... well, let's see if that is enough. We got a decent amount of range units. And of course, ace in the hole, Lord Skrulk, and all of his really powerful shit. Like Liber Barbonicus, as we discovered, takes about half the HP of an enemy lord away, which is very handy, and we now have Rod of Corruption as well, which is a nice, nasty big AoE item. There will be enemies behind me. Will there? Because that would really suck. Oh, you're not kidding, are you? They're actually coming in from there. Fuck me. Well, in that case, I think the best course of action would actually be to back our entire army off and immediately destroy the reinforcements. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to put our artillery here to bombard the incoming units. We're going to actually set up our line right here where the enemy spawns and kill them all before they can join the fight. By the time the Chaos Army gets here, we will have killed their reinforcements and we'll only have to fight half of their forces.
Suffer the clean.
It's a bit of a claustrophobic environment, but it should do the trick. Let's put these guys over here. I just want to like get a bit more spread because the long, deep units are not that helpful. That, like I say, we're going to jump on them as soon as they spawn. That would be the Skaven way to fight, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to be able to flank with our elite units, which are our Plague Monks and our Censer Bearers. We're going to hit them from the side there, and our main line units will hold it while that happens. I think it's a pretty solid plan, all things considered. They're facing... What are you talking about? They're facing the right... This is the reinforcing army. This is the main army. The main army we are going to bombard with the catapults. The reinforcing army... Yep, they're facing the right direction. The reinforcing army is here, and we're going to kill it. Yes? Good? Fantastic. Thank you. If we're going to backseat game the plan, at least be sure what the plan is before you backseat game it. Let's go. Get them! Everybody get them! Fuck them in the arse! As hard as is Skavenly possible. Like, let's start with a really powerful Pestilent Breath spell. There we go. And these guys are going to bombard from here. That is the plan. Yep. Yep, get in there. If you are not fighting, you are doing it wrong. Pile in. We have the weight of numbers. Take full advantage of that fact. Use our Discord spell. Drop clan rats behind them so they get fear bonuses. Make them break. Break! Use that on Lord Skrulk. The army is getting obliterated. There is a Chaos Chariot that came in, which is a bit annoying, but it's already taking significant damage, and I think we can just kill it with our range units. So not massively worried about that. In the meantime, our Plague Claw Catapult bombardment continues on that army, and they're in complete disarray. Because our Plague Claws are very good. Spawn some fun little Plague Monks right in the middle there. And some additional summoned units. And maybe that Rod of Corruption might come in handy here. There we go. That should do some pretty significant damage to them. Lord Skrulk's actually getting the shit beaten out of him. I'm not really sure how that's happening. These guys are tougher than they look, I'll say that. Alright, our elite units have collapsed their flank. Get in there. And that Chaos Chariot is broken. And we're continuing our bombardment. Move our skirmisher units in front so that they too will be able to do some damage. One of our units is fleeing. Let's use the rally spell to make sure that doesn't happen. Need to drop the Helm of Discord. He is a wizard. We should kind of keep him behind. They have a leader unit that we can hit with Liber Barbonicus. I don't see a leader unit. Oh, here he is. Okay. Hit the leader with Liber Barbonicus. That might actually kill him outright. Almost has. Come on, get in there. Alright, their leader's broken and killed. And that should cause them some problems. And these guys are just getting bombarded. I mean, most of their army is actually breaking because our artillery is just too good. And of course, we can slow them down with clan rat summons as well. Those guys are going to be a bit of a pain. We do need to make sure the fast-moving units don't get in there. Alright, Squirrel Q, head over to reinforce here and we can get some summons. The army's almost finished with the chaos. These guys are pretty much breaking now. We actually have just a ton of units that aren't even in combat. And really need to be. You get over there and summon some Plague Monks to reinforce this area. And they've finally reached our lines. But we've got units to handle that. Plague Monks should deal with warriors very easily, I would think. Lock their lord down, tie him up a little bit. Basically just summon more clan rats to slow them down here. Alright. We're going to start to pull back our artillery now. I'm a little annoyed that the other Chaos Army didn't break. We also need to make sure our leader doesn't get into combat. We need to recharge Liber Barbonicus. 45 seconds before we can hit their lord with that. Yeah, we need to finish these guys off so we can bring the main bulk of our army over here. We can probably bring our elite troops over. These are mostly summons, so we're not losing too much yet. I'm mostly just playing delaying tactics. These guys just will not fucking break. It's infuriating. It's literally just a Chaos Spawn unit. We can just bring the rest of our guys over now, I think. Slow down Plague in the middle to slow them down. Liber Barbonicus is now up. So once the Plague is cast, we can hit that Chaos Lord with it. Alright. I'm retasking the rest of my army so they can actually meet up with them now. Seems like we may have lost some artillery in the process, but this was going to be a messy fight one way or the other. We knew that. Come on, just kill the fucking Chaos Spawn, please. That's all that's really required. Let's get these guys in the mix. Put like a pestilent blare right through them. And get our Plague Monks to chop up the remaining Chaos Lord. Make sure that these guys get hit from the side. Pull back what's left of our artillery to make sure we don't lose any more of them. This thing just will not die. It literally will not. It's rampaging and it just... we can't hurt it. They're just unbreakable, annoying units. How is it silly how I won the fight? I split their army in two and won that way. Isn't that the way that you win those kind of fights? Isn't that just a basic strategy? I'm not really sure what people are so upset about. It's like, that is how you win most fights like that, yes. By being strategic about it. And now their army's breaking, and that is a win. Don't do stupid shit, and you can win fights where you're outnumbered. We finally killed the Chaos Spawn. I wouldn't know how many kills that thing got. It was just almost unkillable. Well, I mean, what would the air could have done nothing there. It had two reinforcing armies attacking from multiple positions. We locked one of them down immediately. They literally could have done nothing in that situation to stop that from happening. So it's not like the AI made bad decisions. It's just they didn't really stand a chance at being able to recover from that. And fortunately, we didn't have the leadership problems this time, because Skrork's a lot better at handling them and has that rally power. Whereas my other guy, not so much. Go on, Chaos. Shuffle on back to your masters now, eh? You bastards. Oh yeah, we still got the fucking hell cannon that refuses to break and is actually attacking us and doing damage. Go get him. Because that's probably just going to stick there forever and just keep bombarding our army to death. Yeah, they should be breaking and fleeing at this point, but apparently the AI doesn't want to do that, so we're just going to have to kill them the old-fashioned way. The Barbonicus will probably tear their HP apart quite fast.
Fight them!
Yeah, it is kind of dumb that they're unbreakable like that, isn't it? But they are demons, shackled inside cannons. You can't expect them to act rationally. You know, watch out as well. That might actually kill my... Those things can fight. So, just make sure they don't do any more damage. Right, so this will require significant recovery, but we did beat the Chaos armies, which is the main thing. And we were heavily outnumbered there, so we fought that pretty well, I think. I don't think they have a crew. Hell cannons are literally just demons. I don't think there is a crew for them. Well, how much damage did we take there? I mean, nothing we can't replace pretty quickly, but... Yeah, 800. What really stings... Oh, we actually didn't lose the catapults. I was going to say that would really sting. We didn't lose any units. We can definitely replenish. But yeah, thankfully... Oh, we lost one catapult, which does suck a bit, but... Question is, can they re-muster at this point? Oh yes, and we have these bastards to deal with, but they're at least, I think they're a couple of turns off hitting anything. Yeah, we certainly need a new lord. We did lose one. Thankfully, we have a lot of money to do that. Oh, the dwarves are being arseholes over here? Yeah, big surprise. Okay. We at least killed one of the major Chaos Lords. Leaves the other. So at least they can't recruit two armies. Alright then. Let's see where we can go now. I'm trying to buff up what this can do. We're going to need new lord. We're going to need new stuff. Question is, what?
The council's voice.
Arat's doing fine over there. At least he will be once he gets out. Well, actually, yeah, it looks like we're actually regenerating faster than the plague kills us, so we might as well just hang around there. That shouldn't even really be there. We can free that up for something else. Get some good recruitment on the way. This is going to be a primary recruiting point. We could definitely do with some tech buildings to make that work. And mostly we're using death runners and a few rat ogres and things like that.
Dark omen.
So I'm just kind of trying to think of where best to go with it. Plague monks as well. And Pox Cauldron. And the best place to recruit good stuff... Well, Itza's got some pretty good stuff, but... Also, the Horned Rat is about to have some really good stuff, so... recruit him here. Let's see who is on offer. So we lost a... Warlord. So we need a replacement Warlord. Probably Ilkstone the Blade is probably the best option. I'm going to take a break, if you don't mind, and then we'll come back. We're a few turns away from warp lighting and all manner of lovely things, and we certainly need to get our army back in place, because Chaos are not letting up. Not at all. Thankfully, this area does have access to some nice stuff from Itza, so we can continue to recruit there. Maybe get more Plague Monks, because they cost us absolutely 0 to maintain. At least with this guy, so I don't see any reason not to do that. Plus, they start level 5. It's very nice. Alright, we'll be right back after the break, folks. Do not go anywhere. Louder, yes, louder, louder! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. The rather wonderful sounds of the Doom soundtrack by Mick Gordon. Before that, a little bit of Zircon with Nimbus. Okay, well, let's get back to it, shall we? We have a lot to do. We lost a Warlord, which really sucks. We need to do something about that. We need to get some new units. We have things like Warp Lightning Throwers on the way, but as it turns out in this area, we don't even have barracks or anything, so right now we can't really recruit anything that's hugely useful. But we're getting there. We also had a plague problem over here, so this army is out of commission for a little while. These guys are screwing with us, although they'll probably die of the plague before they're actually able to do anything useful. And of course, we just endured a chaos attack over here, and took some punishment, but we were able to repulse it really quite nicely. And that's reminded me, you know what would be good here? Probably a better garrison. So the chaos will probably come for us again, but they're only going to come for us with one army, so they won't stand a chance. And there is a third army that is in the ocean, a different faction, a kind of raiding faction that we need to deal with, which may very well end up hitting some of our towns over the east coast. So we need to keep an eye on them too. Yep, that's what they do. That's chaos. Right, we are going to have some fucking vengeance. For the damage that was done, we are going to obliterate them. Well, the reason we have the Skaven Slingers, I don't know. They've done really well. They're like level 5. We totally could get better ones, but they've just been working along quite nicely. Like, there are definitely some areas of this army that could be improved. He's got a bunch of buffed up clan rats, so they're good, but Skaven Slave Slingers, yeah, we could replace those with Night Runner Slingers and they would be much better. But, you know, they've done a good job. They've been with us since the start. They should get retirement. They should get nice little bonuses. I'm not really sure what the Skaven health plan is, but at least some dental. At least dental. And now we're just gonna fuck these guys up for daring to screw with us. Just some horrible vengeance. Because they were real dicks to us for no reason. All we wanted to do is a little bit of ritual, and it's like, yeah, I'm chaos. I'm triggered, yeah. So we'll kill them. It's like a pretty solid plan to me. They probably don't have any range units. I'd put skirmishers out there, but the warhounds will chase them down, so we won't do that. Do need to watch out for those knights over there. Again, make sure our spear units are ready to deal with them. Not that we have much in the way of spears, but hey. We've got like Skaven slave spears and clan rat spear unit. It's probably just enough. But my intention is to bombard them. And of course, cast shit tons of spells on them. And just mostly kill them that way. Still does really nasty damage. It's like Lord Scroll's like, hey, I have a bunch of free units. You weren't doing anything. You want to try and attack me? Then horrible things will happen to you. Like a lot of plague. I'm mostly just farming up experience for this guy now. It's like so many free units and horrific things that we're dumping on them. Alright, I guess I'll casually move the rest of my army up now. As for you... well, you're getting Liber Barbonicus in a couple of seconds, so... I certainly hope you didn't have any plans for the evening. Because you just melted. Because Liber Barbonicus is really powerful and just kills lords like that. Not even funny. It's like, hey, have some of all of my legendary items. See how that goes for you. Yeah, you fuck off. I have no interest in your nonsense. I don't think your Chaos Knights are going to fight our Lord very well at all. Especially when there's just artillery tearing them to pieces. I could have auto-resolved this, but this was mostly a grudge thing for me, so I wanted to make sure their Lord died and their whole raiding party just sodded off. And that's exactly what we did. By taking basically no casualties whatsoever, which I think is a pretty good way of doing things. Hell, if we took any casualties, I think it was mostly down to shelling my own troops. In fact, you know, you might want to just stop that for the time being. Because we are literally doing more damage to us than we are to them. Nah, that catapult was killed last time. That was in the last fight. Yep, we lost like 40 clan rats. I think we can probably handle that. Scroll can only kill one thing, but that thing was their lord, so that's okay. And Chaos can go fuck itself.
My power, strength,
No, you are not still a raiding group. I killed... What the who the fuck are you? I literally saw you die. Ooh. Okay. Some weird event going on. Oh, they have another lord. Right, we killed him, but they've got another one. Right. Okay, I guess we have to kill you then. God damn it. You're getting rather irritating. That's what we want. Warp smart. That's what we've been working towards. You bastard. Right. Well, I guess we'll just go out and attack you now. Because you're just the dick. Now, you will not bother us. Thank you.
Yes, more virulent.
Stupid lords. Stand or die. Replaces rally. Okay. Let's see what else we can get. Physical resistance for plague monks. Good stuff. Whip smart melee attack for clan rats. We have a lot of clan rats. That's good too. These are all good. These are all good. But as someone accurately pointed out, as cool as those Skaven slave units actually are, we might want to retire them for something a bit better. So I think we could afford to kick them out of the army. They can retire in peace. Think how rare it must be for Skaven slaves to live that long. And we can replace them with something better. So, range-wise, the best Slinger units we have are probably the Gutter Runners with Poison Slings. So we can take 3 units of those. I do start level 1, which does suck, but...
I am the Plague Lord.
There we go.
Clan City, territory marked.
Everything looking fine there. And we've basically got nothing that we can build here right now. Because as it turns out, we, you know, kind of sort of forgot to build a barracks of any kind, so we can recruit basically warp lightning cannons, and that's it. So we're buying a lot of warp lightning cannons. What I'm a bit worried about is that Chaos Raiding army. I don't really mind losing this. That should be... I mean, I don't really have anything there. And it's a relatively well-fortified area. I don't think it can fight off something like that, though. If I can get some walls up, that might be helpful. Take a while to demolish that. Make sure we get barracks up, and so we can just recruit a better army with higher levels. Oh, we can also get a Warlock Engineer now, maybe. That would be a nice thing to add to the mix. If we have a crappy army, then add a hero to it. That would do. So these guys, they can do some pretty fun stuff. Speaking of that, actually. So they can boost income in an area, which is always good. But as for their abilities, they can increase things like reload times if they're in an army. So they're very good in artillery. Like, for instance, if I added a... And I probably will do this, actually. If I added a hero to my main army with its catapults, that would make them super effective. And they have things like missile launchers that they can use in battle. And a bunch of spells. So, things like the Doom Rocket. They do some pretty good shit. So, since we're buying mostly artillery for this right now, this will be quite handy. Okay, that will be up shortly. Alright, the threat here is basically gone, and our army's almost at full strength again. I'm just looking at this thinking, is there anything better we can get? That storm, you know, we really could use storm vermin. But in order to get those, we do need to have this up, I think. And we also need a barracks, so I'm working on that over here. Is there anything, like, in this army that just kind of sucks that we really don't need anymore? Like, do we actually need that many clan rats? Probably not. We could replace them with plague monks. Just keep the elite units. And then just buy more plague monks. And they'd probably do a much better job. Generally stronger army.
All hail, horned rat.
Now, since these guys are being a bit of a pain in the arse, we could definitely maybe send an assassin over there to handle it.
Spread our own corruption.
Alright. Yes, yes, we get it. You're supposed to be here recruiting. Not exactly sure why you're not doing that. And I can't afford it. That's weird. I must have accidentally cancelled the recruitment. I guess we'll get it next turn. We do need some rats in the army with shields. Like, we don't want to go play monks on everything, because if I go up against a missile-heavy army, I'll get torn to pieces. Do we want a non-aggression pact with a bunch of pirates? Sure, why not? No, I'm not interested in a peace treaty. I want your land. Yep, they're coming. And we don't have a lot here. But it is level 4 garrison. But it doesn't actually have any walls, so this would probably suck quite a lot, actually. This is going to be... They'll probably just siege. How do we not have walls here? How do we forget that? Fuck me. I might actually end up losing one of my most valuable cities because I forgot to build some fucking walls on it. Okay, what's the closest army we have? This one. It's going to take several turns to get there. Global recruitment takes 2 turns and will be immediately cancelled by a siege. That's the problem. Oh, actually it doesn't in this case. If they attack this turn, I might be screwed. Let's see what we can get. We can get some plague monks. What has their army got? From what we know, marauders, basic units, fairly low level. Horsemen, So, Plague Monks would probably be pretty good against those things. Bit pricey to recruit. Some range units would definitely be helpful against that kind of thing. Poison slingers. Probably some of the armor piercing. If they have that many knights. Also, of course, I don't know what else they have. I mean, the hope is they just siege and don't immediately attack. If they do immediately attack, I'm not going to win that fight. I don't know if capitals do automatically have walls. Maybe they do. Could be, yeah. I might. If they do have walls, I'll be fine. If we don't, I will not be fine. I'll finish the recruitment here, and then we could send that army up and do some damage with it. You're supposed to be going and joining that army. I don't know if you can get there in time.
Power enhances the beast.
You can crew from both global and local. I did not know that. But that's pretty cool to know. Thank you. I don't have much that I can get, but warp lightning cannons and plague claws, probably a pretty good choice. Just some Skaven slaves. Just cheap shit. Because we can. Get a quick army up. We do have a big garrison, but I don't know if it's big enough to beat a full army. Especially with a really underleveled lord, and theirs is probably quite high level, so we'll find out. If the capitals do have walls, then we'll just be a siege and we'll be fine. If they don't, we're in trouble. We have walls. Good. Thank fuck for that. Which means I don't think I can actually get in there. What could I do to them? I can block an army? Yeah, it's not very useful. Unfortunately, basically all our recruitment got screwed. Oh, that's fine. We have a reinforcing army on the way. It's just going to take a while to get there. This army should be sufficient to kill that. No, it doesn't look like a particularly strong army. I don't think they even have a leader, actually. But that's not possible. It may be like one of their basic units. Okay, since we're quite finished with that silliness, we did mean to go and kill the lizard men. So let's go and do that. Because I want that ritual site. What is the green stuff? That is warpstone. Warpstone is what powers your ability to do rituals. Currently, I am lagging behind the lizard men in that regard, although I am ahead of everybody else. So what I will need to do is eventually gather a very strong army, because these guys are tough as nails, and go and attack with a bunch of high-tier units, and make a big mess of them. Right. This barracks situation that has completely disabled our ability to get storm vermin. Let us fix that immediately, eh? I know I haven't moved him. I can't do anything with him. He's stuck outside right now. What else can we do here? I'm just trying to think of what we're kind of going to specialize in. I mean, always get the slave wheel. Yeah, we'll save doing anything else for the timing. Research is available. Cool. Yeah, we got that big clan rat armor upgrade. Which helps a lot. So, that's the thing, like, you don't want to get rid of all your clan rats, because clan rats scale really, really well. And you can absolutely go for a big strength in numbers kind of thing. Like, you can just recruit shit tons of Skaven slaves, and they're pretty good. It's a good plan, actually. Add the engineer to the reinforcing army, that'll help. Let's get murder dissenters for the time being. Yeah, you can head in this direction instead and go meet up with them. That's another thing as well, you know, you could quickly raise a fairly high-ranked, low-tier army and just swamp them with them. That's still a very effective strategy. Works fine for Skaven. FPS definitely, yeah, that's a Total War thing. It's done it every time. The FPS does drop when the AI takes its turn, not that that actually matters. Yeah, just 10 armies of Skaven slaves. I mean, hell, if you get all the upgrades for Skaven slaves and get them, like, rank 5 right out of the gate, that's really strong. And I can do the Scheme of Doom again. Oh my! Recruitment cost for Warp Lightning Cannons is down. That's nice. That will help a lot. Alright, you go join that army, because you are marching to break the siege. So when you're going to get there, it doesn't really matter. It'll take a while for them to actually do anything. So we can buy lots of Warp Lightning Cannons. Speaking of that, what were we doing for the Warp Lightning Thrower? We don't have that yet. What did we need for that? I can't bloody remember. Warp Lightning Cannon is there. What was the tech for Warp Lightning Throwers? Because they're super good. Can't quite remember what they were, honestly. I'll figure it out later. But we are just stockpiling a lot of money right now. Oh yeah, I taken Oxel to level 5, hadn't I? That's actually done now, so if I want to go tier 5 and get my Sensor Bearers and then get something else up to tier 5, I'd, you know, either get Doom Wheels or Hell Pit Abominations, now would be the time to do that. Hell Pit Abomination would take, what, 3 turns and then 5, so... But I can get Sensor Bearers within 3 turns as well. And that is upgrading our ability to get our Plague Priests up right off the bat as well, so I like that. Let's make use of it. Still can't quite remember where which tech the Warp Lightning Thrower was on. Let's find it. There it is. It's the Weapon Borrow, yes. We were building that somewhere. Where was that? Damned if I remember. I thought it was in Itza, but I must have been mistaken. Ah, it was being built there, but it's because it's under siege, I can't use it. Right. Well, there's the reason then. Okay, that makes sense. I'm going to start the growth vat so I can get Hell Pit Abomination out of that. The green tendrils are us performing a ritual. They're going towards the center objective. The whole point of Total War 2 is you have to take control of the vortex in the middle of the map. So that means there's no like, oh, I've totally won this game. You have to keep fighting till the very end because you can absolutely lose that way. So if someone completes all 5 rituals before you do, you lose the game. So that's the win condition, as it were. Alright, well, let us lay siege to this provincial capital then, shall we? Although, I'm thinking of, yeah, they're neutral.
Kill for clan.
Because we want that ritual site. Honestly, yeah, they're pretty weak. Oh, they have a solar engine. I've never seen that. That's gonna suck. But we'll fight regardless. I guess we're gonna experience firsthand exactly what it does to our troops. We could certainly outnumber them, but I wonder what that does. I imagine it's really quite unpleasant. The Skaven are not in Total War Warhammer 1, no. They are Total War Warhammer 2 exclusive. Yeah, it's a big laser, I think. Big solar laser. So relatively small. They have a corner that's quite vulnerable. Corner's probably a decent area to attack rather than head on. So I think that's where we're going to set up. Our shielded clan rats up front. Oh no, put a hole in the wall. Hit the corner, basically. Oh, so that, yeah, that's indestructible. That isn't. Okay. And, I mean, we can literally just, because it's just a lot of space, just going up the wall as rats is totally fine. You can just climb it quite easily, and these plague monks are reasonably fast on foot.
Yes, yes.
And that's a lot of plague monks, so they're very dangerous. And we have our slingers this time. And they have dodge as well, so that's always nice. Let's dump these guys, just our random clan rat units in. Alright, let's rock and roll. Okay, so this area of the wall is actually indestructible, so we can't go through that. This area isn't. For some reason, the corner is indestructible, but there's an area there we could totally take out. But honestly, my plan is just to climb the walls and attack. Because I absolutely have the unit. I have a massive unit advantage. I can absolutely just do that. I want to see its solar engine. Where is it? Over here? Where's your big artillery piece? There it is. So that is the solar engine. It's a giant, like, dinosaur with a big crystal on it. It does the beam of Kotek, which is, I assume, just a big solar laser for all intents and purposes. You know, it would be a way to find out what it does. Dump a clan rat unit on it and see what happens. They've already got units scurrying for the hills. I'll target that now. Time for some plague action, eh? Could soften them up before we get through. And there we go, that should do the job quite nicely. And then he's going to climb the wall and get going. Followed by all of our elite units. Yeah, just don't, kill our elite units accidentally with that. You can just, obliterate everything now. We have so many, like, spells and items that if our guy gets into the mix, everything just dies very quickly. I don't think that solar engine's fired yet. Probably casting Liber Barbonicus on it is a pretty good idea. Good way to take about half its health off. Because we don't really have any dedicated anti-massive units. That's what Storm Vermin are for, and we don't really have a lot of those. Or any of them yet. And our sensor bearers over there. Well, the leader's all the way over there, so... taking the walls quite nicely. Random clan rat unit just out of nowhere. Where is that thing? Oh, it's wandering all the way over there now. It's running off. Yeah, get in there and make a mess. Dropping some plague monks right on top of that leader would probably work pretty well. We got the sensor bearers down there. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get to see the solar engine actually shoot at anything. If you want to get in the mix there, feel free. It's just units after units. So many free units. It's kind of ridiculous. To say the least. Especially when you throw the free units down and then just buff them to all hell. I don't see how anyone could really stand against that. Let's get their slingers on the walls. Oh, we've overrun the walls quite nicely. Take a hold of the gate tower, and then the rest of my units just go in the front door. Well, the artillery piece is actually moving into combat range. I really just want to see the damn thing fire. Haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Sensor bearer should take the croc score down quite nicely. Get in there. Yeah, that's working pretty well.
Tremble before scrolls.
Go on, shoot. I want to see you shoot. I don't care about anything else. You want to wipe out a unit of my guys? That's fine. I just want to see what it does. These are all free clan rats anyway. Might as well send these guys to the front there. Take the rest of that stuff out. Oh, they're just using it as a melee unit instead. Okay, then. So much for watching it fire lasers at people. Liber Barbonicus will probably finish off the leader quite well. That's that solar engine, our sensor bearer should probably got it. Summon the damn plague monks. Come on. That's all I wanted you to do, summon some plague monks for me. Okay, I guess we're not going to have to do that. You can bugger off then. Well, that's good. That's a ritual site. We needed that. Lovely jubbly.
Vermintide, vile tide arises.
Have to kind of capture at level 1. I just don't quite have the food I need right now. That's fine. We can work it up quite easily. So yeah, the ritual site we can just grab immediately, and we'll level that up relatively fast. There's a high... Oh, Teclis is hanging around here. Okay. Interesting. Wonder if they'll decide to come after us. Next turn, I think we can relieve that. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, that's nice. Alright. What's available here? Let's get that up. So, Teclis, what are you planning on doing? It looks like they're actually fighting the lizard men. Alright then. I don't mind that for the time being. There's a dwarf army. They'll probably siege us, but don't think it's anything we can't really handle at the moment. And that's got walls, so they'll survive the siege for a wee bit. We need to clear this up before anything. Underway would let us get there immediately. I don't know if it'll actually let us fight, though. The question is, if we now sally forth, do we also get the benefit of Rat's army? If we do, we can just do it that way. If we don't, that's not going to happen. So let's see if that works. If it doesn't, I'll just reload the save. And it totally does. Cool. Alright, we can break that. We just need to keep our shitty little hero unit back and we'll be just fine. And not have Chaos do the same thing that we did to the last time. That's a really crappy army. It's all tier 1. This is not going to be a problem. It's just like, yeah, we don't want to be there. I don't know which is the garrison, which is the other reinforcements. You just back off and wait.
Agreed, yes.
You know what's fun? We've got a Hell Pit Abomination with us, because it's part of the garrison. So we can do some serious damage with that. That's fun. We get to watch that fight. We've actually fought here before, if you recall. We won a 3 versus 1 battle against this very Hell Pit Abomination. Wait, well, I mean, our army is just massive. I don't even know how best to organize this. I think just the giant mosh pit is probably the way to go. We just have huge numbers of units. And this Hell Pit Abomination will probably kill all of them on its own anyway.
Now, ready now. Stab, stab.
Hi! My name is Hell Pit Abomination. Also known as Go Fuck Yourself. We're gonna be an annoying son of a bitch today. Yep, you go and you feel free to go fight. You are more than welcome to go and try and fight that thing. See how well you do. I'm gonna go with probably not very well. The rest of the army could just hang back and watch and laugh at you. And look at all these gutter runners we can have that go in just position right next to your army and just shoot you full of holes. He's having a fun time. He's making all sorts of a mess over here. Feel free to return fire at any time. At your convenience. And if you want more warp lightning, we can totally do that too. Plenty of those. Let's watch what Hell Pit Abomination is doing. He is murdering everything. Isn't he gorgeous? Hashtag body goals. And he's got a wheel in his tail. He's lovely, really. He's also too horrible to die. I disagree, I think he's rather adorable. If at first you don't succeed, warp lightning. Lots and lots of it. You know, it'd be nice, adding Death Frenzy to it. I'm sure buffing up the Hell Pit Abomination couldn't cause anything to go wrong whatsoever, could it? Let's cut through them with everything we have. Let's drop more and more lightning on them. And they're just broke entirely. Yeah, can't really blame him, honestly. Ah, shit. Is the auto crackling back? The only way to fix that is to restart XSplit. It's very rare that happens. What is it, a fuzz? Okay, I have to listen to what it is. It might go away, it might not. Let me listen to what it sounds like. My name is Hell Pit Abomination. Ah, my stream's on too much of a delay. Hang on. I need to find out what it is. If it's the really nasty crackle, the only way I can fix that is by reconnecting to the stream. It's really weird, because we thought it was only XCOM that did that. The crackle, the only way I can fix that. Yeah, that's only fixable by restarting XSplit. Apologies, folks. I'm going to have to restart the stream in order to fix this. So I will be back in a couple of minutes, okay? Alright, we should be back online now. Everything should hopefully be working the way it's supposed to be. Let me know if the audio is still crap, because if not, that'll probably require a full reboot. Anyway, you lot were busy breaking and running for your lives, so you know, if you want to just keep on with the whole breaking and dying thing, I'm entirely okay with that. It's still broken? What? Really? That doesn't make any sense. The last time I just had to restart Expert to fix that. Kidding me? Huh. Maybe restart the game? It's not the mic. Literally isn't the mic. Nothing wrong with the mic. Alright, I'm gonna have to restart everything then. Okay. Restarting the audio interface midstream is generally a very bad idea, but it might be worth a try. Let's see if I can do it without disconnecting and breaking everything. It probably will break everything. Okay, let's just try this. Check, check, test, test. Did that fix anything, is the question? I fixed it? Okay. We did seem to lose the actual Total War game capture, which isn't great. Let's get something that's not a black screen, shall we? There we go. Alright, we're fixed. Cool. Back to the obliteration. That screwed up my bloody audio ducking as well, didn't it? Ugh. Of course it did. Right, well, I'm gonna just turn the... For the rest of the stream, I'll just run without audio ducking. Because I can't be bothered to fix that right now, and it would screw with everything anyway, so let's just set it to lower. There we go. That'll be fine. If something doesn't work, take it out, plug it back in again. Did we kill their lord? That's the more important part. Or is he getting away? Because I have no intention of letting him get away. Because he'll come back if we do. Can't see him in there. Oh, he's there. Fuck this guy. I don't know if we can catch him, but if we can, we should try to. Because he's going to come back otherwise. Yeah, send him running the other way. Just herd him with clan rats. And send the, No, I told you to go and kill them. I wasn't actually kidding. I just want you all to kill the leader, so he doesn't come back and bother us again. Once the rat ogres are in the mix, that should stop him from getting away. So we can just herd him in from all sides. There we go. He's going nowhere. You take a while to die, you know that. Yeah, my slingers could probably net him. I don't actually know how the nets work. I think they're just auto-cast abilities. And you're dead. Cool. That means you're not going to come bother us again. I wonder how many kills the Hell Pit Abomination got. We'll be able to build our own shortly and not just have a garrison of one. That would, you know, I keep forgetting. Oh, that city looks undefended. Actually not, because it has a special building that gives him a free Hell Pit Abomination. 61 kills on that. The Rat Ogres actually did better. That's good. We actually need them to get some levels. Speaking of getting levels, we need him to get those too. It's going to take a while. We have about 5,000 Helms of Discord, I think, at this point. We're very short on swords, though. We also have a bunch of spare followers we can assign. There we go. Right, well, that's that dealt with. What I think I'll do, since we're probably going to be putting quite a lot of artillery pieces in that army, is probably have the Warlock Engineer as part of this army. Because we're going to be building quite a few artillery pieces from here. So, plague claw catapults, lightning throwers, all that good stuff. Nice. That all went peachy, didn't it? We don't really need to do engineer right now. I don't know what he did to actually deserve that, but hey. We added gutter runners to the mix, didn't we? All of these level ups are very strong, so they're all worth taking. There will be a Shoutcraft King September. Currently, it is likely to happen on the 30th of September, but I am not 100% sure on that yet, so don't quote me on that. But appreciate you asking regardless. Alright, so we're recruiting globally. Just padding this army out. If you're gonna come back, I will come and murder you for it. And we still have the dwarf problem on the west coast. We should be a couple of turns off finishing our ritual. And then we really start working on the lizardmen, because they're beating us to every single milestone. So if we're able to weaken, fight the lizardmen up north and stop that from happening, yeah, I assumed they would do that, then we should be able to handle that quite nicely. Are you doing that shit again? Really? God damn it. Must you insist on wasting everybody's time? Because I'm getting quite tired of this bullshit. Might as well get this guy some fighting abilities. At this point, I'm just gonna go and assault them. Just come out of the underway and fucking kill them. I've had quite enough of this. Let's just say the Chaos armies, when they're trying to... They don't do anything sensible. When they attack... When you're doing a ritual, they will literally throw themselves at any city they can. It doesn't matter. Which, to be fair, is deliberate. That is not something that the AI... That's not a broken feature of the AI. That's just exactly how it's supposed to work. Couple of levels away from that screaming bell mount. I can't wait. Because who the hell doesn't want to ride a giant bell around the field? Can't imagine who wouldn't want to do that. We're going to be getting some fairly high-level units, so we don't necessarily need that. Got a couple of extra followers we could assign. What did we get? Oh, maybe we didn't. I thought we did. Well, never mind then. Quite finished with all that shit. We'll get some more artillery. How close are we to level 5 on those Doom Wheels? We need 5. We currently have 3. We're getting there, ladies and gents. We are. That's going to be just lovely. And now we can actually recruit some stuff. And that weapon bar is going to finish. That means Poison Wind Globadiers and Warp Fire Throwers, and those are all lovely. God, those were fun. I only had 1 in my playthrough. I want 5 now, please. Since we're going to be adding that priest, that warlock engineer into the army, I'm going to have quite a lot of artillery. There you go. And he's going to go join that army. Nope. I can't remember which one I'm bloody clicking on at this point. Go to the Altar of the Horned Rat and join this army, please. So you can have amazing artillery capabilities. I should really recruit another one of those and add him to that army, but honestly, that army isn't actually that artillery heavy. It probably should be more artillery heavy with all the buffs we get. It's looking pretty good, really. And we need to increase that growth speed so we can get to tier 5 and get those Doom Wheels out. Alright, what were we doing with the other army, then? Because that's there. We had the other army just heading in a different position entirely. I do need to relieve the siege over here. I'd taken or whatever the hell its name is. We're still at war with the lizard men. If we leave this alone without buffs, it will probably be sieged. So we don't necessarily want to do that. So I think our best option is probably to take the rest of the lizard men and wipe that faction out. Or at least the west side of the faction. And ignore the high elves for the time being. They don't have a reason to come after us yet. A lot we can do here as well. Considering how much they keep fighting us, I don't think it would be too bad to get some stuff there. They can hold on a siege for a wee while. We have that new army being mustered. We can send those back across the map. Actually, you know what? We can send those guys right back across the map now as well, can't we? They're sort of short on units a little bit, but this area is being recruited pretty heavily, so we'll send them back to Itza for the time being. Itza must be pretty close to level 5 as well, right? Yeah, it's getting there. Let's probably need to add maybe another borough or something to it. Get that Skaven corruption under control. Yes, there is something worth looting. We'll send an army to the loot there momentarily once we're sure that we're not going to get sieged again. See what's there. They're attacking. Oh, because that's just a regular settlement. We can maybe win this fight manually with menace from below, I think. You've seen me win these before, but I will have to actually fight it, not let the AI do it. Their army's actually pretty shit, so mine's crap as well. It's mostly Skaven slaves, but add 6 more units of clan rats in, you can totally win that. So at that point, it becomes a non-issue. You just basically kite with the Night Runners, keep the rest of your stuff out of combat until you can absolutely avoid it, and then you just drop menace from below on them repeatedly and wear them down. And that's exactly what we're going to do. They do have quite a lot of ranged units, though, which will make this a little tricky. They've got rangers and 2 units of crossbowmen. It'll be a bit of a pain in the dick. Let's get these guys on the hill and come charging from the flank once we start to make a mess here. Start to tie down some of the ranged units. And then use their Night Runners to eliminate the weakened range unit while that Clan Rat unit does its job. And then once we get the units in from the flank, we can charge down the hill. Should work relatively well. These guys do just fine against archer units. They have dodge, which is very effective. They seem a little bit pissed, but in 10 seconds we'll have more guys. Right, the rest of our army is ready, so we'll send them down the hill. And these guys can skirmish, and we'll tie down the other crossbowman unit with another unit of clan rats. Can reduce their firepower, and then we can basically just kite the Longbeards. There we go. And now we've got 5 units of Skaven just coming in from the flank. The only problem we'll probably have is with that Lord. He'll probably endure a lot of damage, but we're keeping the Longbeards away, so that's the main thing. So another unit of Clan Rats is going to get dumped on that in a minute. Alright, dump on that. Never believe the little "are you gonna win or not" button when dealing with the AI and menace from below, because it totally does not take that into account at all. So you can win. Not to say that we will. I mean, if all my guys break, then we will not win. But it's definitely something you can do pretty well, as long as your army mostly stays together. Bear in mind, stuff like Skaven slaves are counted as meat shields, so you don't lose leadership when their units die. So it's kind of not a big deal if they do. Let's dump another unit of Clan Rats on that. Those Rangers are about to get taken out by our Night Runners. So there won't be much of them left. Clan Rat's currently not in the fight. Let's make sure they actually are. Range units basically wiped out. Okay, that's gone, so need to get on top of those crossbowmen. And if we just dump Clan Rats right on top of them, we should sandwich them and eliminate them quite easily. Then we're going to deal with those Longbeards, who are going to be very tricky to kill. I'm just hoping I have enough ammunition left on my Night Runners, which looks like I do right now. And make sure my leader doesn't die. Alright, they're mostly wiped out. And we're out of menace from below, so we've got to win now. Or not at all. Alright, they're breaking. Hit the Night Runners. Hit the Longbeards with our Night Runners. Oh, that Night Runner unit's out of ammo, so that's not good. Yep, we might actually end up losing this fight. As you can see, these guys are just not really holding their own against these dwarves at all. So, never mind. We tried our best. I'll have to come in and take that settlement back when we get back in that area with an actual army. I should probably spend a lot... I don't know, even if I spend money on 2 more units of Clan Rats, I think I still wouldn't have won. They just had too much stuff, and it was too tough. Basic Clan Rats and Skaven Slaves are not going to win against Longbeards. Well, is what it is. I'll come back and grab that in a couple of turns. I'm sending an army over there soon anyway. Can build that back later. Oh, we will kill him. Don't worry. We absolutely will. Alright, what can we do here that will help? What would be a useful thing? Take everything would lead to Menace Below and Monstrous plans. We do have growth fats, I think. Distill poisons. That would be nice, but... and I'm not sure what leads us there. Okay, we have to get that first. Right. Alright then. More missile damage for artillery. Yes. Do we have that thing yet? We do. You know what that means, kids? Warp fire throwers abound. Yes. Because they're really fun. They don't even cost that much, actually. I was expecting far worse. Those are the Death Globe Bombardiers, which are apparently mortars of some description. Let's recruit 2 of those. And we can grab from global recruitment for some other stuff. So we have a few artillery pieces here and there. Need some meat to this army. Some rat ogres would probably do the job with that. But we almost have it. We can recruit Skaven storm vermin soon, right? So what is it we needed for... yes, so, a couple of turns. Once I've got the clan barracks up to level 3, we'll be able to get storm vermin for that army. So I don't think we need to spend any more right now. In the meantime, let's send our assassin on ahead and see if we can beat up that army a little bit before we get there. I'll just go full march. Get there as quickly as possible. In the meantime, in terms of spending, I was still looking at Oxel. Have we finished that? We have. Do we have the money for Helped Abominations? Not yet, but we're getting close. So I think it's probably best to save up some money and then get Helped Abominations from there. And then we could add some nicely little feisty elements to that army. It's not too far away. We could easily shuttle some up there. These guys are the target. As for you, the underway will get me there faster. We're gonna throw those out. Get them out of the way. Looks like the High Elf army either retreated or lost that fight. They have a big army there. It's a scary one. Our army's a lot better than it was the last time we fought something of that quality, but still. It's a potential problem. Let's see, we take Axolotl up to level 4. That would probably be quite handy, really. But I am saving money for that Helped Abomination thing, so maybe not immediately. I did promise Warp Fire Throwers and Warp Lightning Cannons in action. I will give them to you. We should be getting a cutscene, I think, because I think we just completed the ritual. A peace treaty with... Yeah, sure. I actually don't mind that right now. I don't really need you to be fighting as well. Cutscene time.
And so construction began on a device to dominate the vortex. Warpstone enhanced lumber was required. And the gnawing of rats provided it. The Grey Seer was pleased and raced back to Skaven Blight to report on his accomplishment.
Guess that was that. I don't know what the fuck that thing is, but it seems awesome. Oh, God. They have confederated. That's going to make things way worse. The chanting of the Grey Seers ends as a monstrous bell tolls. Appalled, the gathering Skaven masses cease their triumph and discovering to stare upwards in rapt terror at the sight of their god, the Great Horned Rat. A giant claw dips and scoops up a squealing multitude, rising to pour them into the Horned One's gaping maw. Before the figure fades into mist once more, shaking off their fear, the Grey Seers urge the stunned warlords to rouse themselves. More warpstone is required to summon the Great Horned Rat into the world. Yeah, what could go wrong? Speaking of Horned Rat, Helped Abominations. Buy 'em. Some more Warp Fire Throwers, perhaps. But we do need that Storm Vermin barracks. Not quite up yet.
We are brave, mighty.
Take 3 turns to build. Bit of a pain in the dick. Could use more artillery with that guy. Probably more plague claws. These don't count as artillery, I'm going to assume. No, they do not. No plague claw. That's about all we can afford for the moment. We do still need some line infantry. Clan Rat spears with shields probably wouldn't be a terrible idea. Well, that makes things a bit tougher. We are already at war with them, and they have a very powerful army. So this is going to get messy. They have a huge army over there, level 21. That might be... That's Mazamundi. That's their main guy. Now is time to fucking leave. I think we're probably going to lose that provincial capital. It's nowhere near in a state to defend. We're just going to have to run away. Like, I don't see any other option. That's Mazamundi with the best army they have. So, it is time to run and gather forces so that we can fight him. And bring in some bigger firepower if we're going to manage to do that. Let's see, yeah, the underway is going to let me travel quicker. So let's clear out the dwarves in this area. We're going to throw that area away, then I guess we're going to have to. There's just too much lizard up there right now. Get our third army in a good sense of order, and then prepare for a battle with those bastards. Speaking of which, we'd totally throw these game slaves out now. We don't need them. We're going to need stuff like Helped Abominations. For their big stuff, we're probably going to need the Warp Fire Cannons. Yeah, it's just all going to be a big mess. I don't think that whole army is skinks, not by any chance. With Mazamundi, which is like the legendary Lord Leader, they're probably going to have a lot more than that. I'm actually tempted to say yes, but considering the bullshit they've been throwing at me lately, no, we're just gonna kill them. I really should have said yes. I really should have said yes. They're actually gonna just attack us. And I don't blame them. I think they could actually win that fight. They don't really have much in the way of siege engines, but our forces are utter shit. So, alright, we're fighting a defending siege battle with a crappy garrison of crap. But they don't have any siege equipment. And they're dwarves, which makes them really fucking slow. So they might just die to the towers. We also do have a Warlock Engineer and the Warp Bomb here, so we can use that too. Yeah, it's not very well fortified, but it is better than nothing. This, we've got Menace below, and we've got this Warlock Engineer here. Welp. They somehow have 2 siege towers. I'm really not sure how they got those. Bolt thrower would take forever to take the gate down. I'm not too worried about that. What I want to do is make sure all of my range units are kind of in the same place to bombard them. I'm thinking, can we kill those with the range of our stuff? Can we somehow kill their siege towers before they reach us? Possibly. I guess we'll find out. If we're clearly not going to, I'll move my stuff elsewhere. They do have a decent amount of crossbows, so we might want to stay off the walls there. We can always go up on the walls if need be. And we still have Warp Lightning, so, you know, there is that. We'll see if we can take the towers down before they hit the walls. I did not think they had siege towers. That changes things significantly. Let's get our seer on the wall so we can at least throw Warp Lightning at them. Yeah, these siege towers are taking fuck all damage. Ah, so really I can't do much to those things, can I? You can manually control your towers and target the siege engines. I mean, they're already pretty much all firing on them, so I think actually our slingers need to be over here instead. And we need to get our clan rats on the walls to repel. Not that I think our clan rats could actually win that fight, but... What if we summon... Hang on a minute. What would happen if we summoned a unit of clan rats right in front of the tower and just tried to beat on it? Would that actually do anything? Does that work? Answer is no. I don't think it works. It doesn't do anything. Okay, good to know. Well, I had hoped. I would turn skirmish off as well. You guys really need to hold them down. We still can summon Menace from below to try and lock their range units down, which will make fighting this a little easier. We may have enough units to hold this. We do have like 5 melee units, which may be enough if we pile in. Well, we're probably losing this one. Really should have said, hi, yes, peace with the dwarves, sounds great. Decided not to do that and got punished horribly for it. That said, we are doing decent damage to their army. If we can just hold the wall, we might be able to hold... I don't know. Maybe, it's possible. Let's keep throwing some Warp Lightning down and keep damaging their range units. Oh, they blew up the gate. Well, that sucks. Thing is, they actually don't have that many units here anymore. Oh, they had a ram. I didn't even see that. What a mess. Our towers are mostly still up, though, so they are taking a lot of losses as they try to do this. It's not completely hopeless, yet. The main problem is they might just go and cap our base area, which would suck. We'll probably have to summon our last unit there just to defend that. Walls are mostly holding. I think we could afford to pull a unit back to defend here. Let's send a bunch of slingers after them. Sort of holding the walls. Sort of. Send those slingers after them. I think now we start to break and then lose. The Warlock Engineers still go... Oh god, there's everything, alright. The Warp Lightning it, but this area the wall has fallen, definitely. Alright, what defense we have here? Yeah, I think we've lost this. Did the best we could. Most of our melee units are dead, though. If we keep spamming Warp Lightning forever, then maybe, but... And that guy's Warp Lightning is really effective. Unfortunately, we're going to lose the center location now, so that will be it. And, yeah, a Warlock Engineer broke. We're fucked! Note to self. Don't say no to the Dwarven Peace Treaty. Because they just took back all the territory they lost really quick. They lost a lot of units doing it, but nowhere near enough to matter. Well, that sucks. They've got the capital back. We're gonna come and smash it, but... Considering we're dealing with that massive lizard man force up north, we really should have... You know, waited. And said, sure. Peace is fine right now. This army is mostly ready. The warp fire throwers, got a decent amount of artillery in there. We get a second cannon. Yes, they never forget their grudges, do they? Did we get that barracks up yet? Yes. Let's get to 3 so we can get storm vermin for our main line. Oh, that costs more than I'd hoped. Another warp fire thrower then, we can afford that, right? Actually, where the fuck is it? Nope, that's... Oh, I must... Ah, yes, of course, there was that buff going on that made it cheaper. That's why we're able to get it that cheap. That makes sense. Alright, across the land. Vengeance and Furious Anger. They have 2 dwarf armies, but they're both pretty badly beaten up. We'll make full use of that. And of course, we're pulling our main army back as well. That's something we could do with taking out. That's a settlement right in the middle of our stuff. I'm not okay with that. Looks like these guys are most likely going to attack that. As I say, I'm abandoning it. It's not really something I can handle right now. Four turns for help it. We should tend to have assassins in and take their lords out as well. So this will be the final day of streaming, and I'll be wrapping up relatively shortly. I did go live a little early, and of course I had those delays in the middle, so I'll go probably for another half an hour. Then I'm going to be streaming a little bit of Tooth and Tail for about an hour with Nathanius. He asked me to teach him that game, so I'm going to do just that. We lost that site. That's fine. You can have it for the time being.
I have seen your...
At this point, I'm going to take any non-aggression pact I can get, because I'm dealing with a lot of bullshit down here right now. Yep, you have that. You can have that. I didn't invest a lot in it, thank fuck. So, we do have some more rights we can pull off. Everything just got a little unpleasant all of a sudden. Since we are recruiting, I'm thinking the dominating scheme is something we really could use right now. That will massively increase our ability to get more units. Much cheaper. Alright, we have one of those cannons, so we'll get another one. We have 2 warp fire throwers. We'll get those for the time being. And then once we have storm vermin, we'll fill out the rest of it with 4 units of storm vermin. They're the strongest line troops I've got. Right. First things first, we start with you. And we kill you, and then we go and kill your friends. We don't have the money to do anything with you yet, but we will. So let's start with you. Yeah, I think we can auto-resolve that without too much of a problem. And then we're just going to turn on them right away. Hell, they may even still have holes in the walls. I don't know. Actually, they've had a turn to repair. It'll probably be fine. Okay, let's take that back. Oh, nice. Enchanted item. Make good use of that. 3 levels to Screaming Bell. The dreaded 13th. This summons Storm Vermin. That's really good. So we're going to get that. That'll help fill our army out a little bit. Can't really get anything else for timing from here. That gets that back, so now we need to take this crater back. Its walls look like they're intact. As for sieges, we can crack it with rat ogres. Their garrison is badly damaged. So, probably going right for them should be fine, I think. Yep, murder them, murder their friends. That seems like the best option. On the way out, I'm going to attack Quitax or whatever it is. Because that seems like an easy pick-off. I'm already at war with them anyway. I might as well trade a settlement for a settlement. As for Chaqua, that is probably getting destroyed. Although at least that does have some garrison. So it will be a little harder to take out. And this army is just about filled out. Like I say, we're leaving just... Once we have this clan army, we're leaving just a couple of turns for... a couple of spare slots for Storm Vermin. Yep, Screaming Bell is in there. It's a mount. Which is pretty cool. I'm going to assume it, like, causes terror or something. A couple of dwarf heroes lying around that we can assassinate. We have a very high-level assassin. He's done a good job of messing with them. And that's one thing we can do here, is immediately just assault that garrison and weaken it. They're recovering, but not fast enough. I think if we attack them now, we should be fine. Here's hoping I was correct in that assumption. How far are we away from these Hell Pit abominations? Not far. Lovely. That'll be something nice to grab. We could probably send that army down south to pick them up and actually swing around. Alright, let's go from... Right, their walls are 100%. But we have elite rat ogres that can batter them down pretty easily. Their garrison is badly damaged. We should be okay here. Let's go. He says it's the autosave just in case. Because, you know, I have literally no confidence in my own ability. And suddenly this damn thing's underground, isn't it? It's like, this is Dwarven City now. No, it's an old Lizardman one. Okay, so our grand plan is go through the front door. I know, it's complicated. I understand if you don't quite get it. And I'm going to put my Lord up front just to tank a few shots here and there. Our skirmishers can pick off some stuff on the front lines, and our plague monks can just climb the walls. Let's go. Send our death runners up there. Send our plague monks up there. And as for spellcasting, well, we have plenty of that. Those ranged units, not a fan of those. We're going to put some holes in them. Some nice, lovely warp lightning on you. Should do a nice job of that. Good, good. Rat ogres took some initial punishment. Crossbows do a pretty good job against them. Alright, our skirmishers are in the mix, so let's have them actually attack. Go, go. We'll just warp lightning this area and just weaken the range units a bit more. It's only the range units that are really dangerous at this point. I don't even know what that is. It's like a bolt thrower. The bolt thrower is the only thing defending. If we actually kill the bolt thrower, we literally just win right there. That would be quite embarrassing for them. Alright, the rat ogres are breached. Let's just send them right into the capture zone. I think we just win at that point. Might as well not sacrifice any more units. Oh, they have a unit of miners. Just drop more units on it. It'll be fine. Okay, let's get the skirmishers on the walls now. Now, rat ogre should eat those dwarves pretty quickly. Lost quite a lot of rat ogres from the dwarf range units are quite good against them. I think there's a physical resistance buff you can get for them that is probably worth having. Should be all ours now, I think. Which would be good, because I really don't want to fight the rest of these guys if I can avoid it. Yeah, we control it. We just have to hold it. Get in there. You can't have it back. I'm not going to accept that. If you're going to be like that, we're going to have to do spells, and you're not going to like that, trust me. Bastards took it back. Unacceptable bullshit. They're gonna make this harder than it needs to be. They really don't like our rat ogres much, do they? I think we've got a bunch of great weapons in there. That's probably why we're losing our rat ogres as badly as we are. Also, I think that bolt thrower actually got recrewed. That runesmith's in the fight as well. It's probably got a lot to do with it. We still haven't taken those walls. They're really fucking stubborn. So maybe get our skirmishers up there and just pick them off from a distance. Dwarves are very, very stubborn like that, yes. But we'll bring in the rest of our plague monks and slice and dice them. That won't be a problem anymore. Yeah, now we've taken it. Well, that was messier than it needed to be, but it was a dwarf siege, so I don't know what we expected, really. Most of our losses were on the rat ogres. We'll probably take a couple of turns to get them back up to full strength. I think their thunder, whatever the hell they are, thunderers, do a lot of damage to them. They just go right through their armor. Money, money, money. Guess we can... Recapturing all these cities is really hurting our food budget. We'll definitely have to do something about that. At least we killed a bunch of their leaders. That's going to slow them down a lot. Right, we've taken that over. One of the best things we can do here is go for exploitative planning and get some more food, because we're in a real pickle in that regard right now. Regenerate our forces, and then clean out what's left of the dwarves and get ready to deal with the lizard men. Still a couple of turns away from that. Now, where, tell me where is my main army? It's over there somewhere. I'm going to send our assassin over there, because I really want to get rid of those dwarf bastards. Yes, I believe we were attacking that. Let's clear that out. I don't think we need to do that fight ourselves. That at least means we can sort the food problem out. Do I want to take it? Not at high level. Can't afford it. Food's just not there to do that right now. But we do now have a lot of cash from all those raids, which means that buying a bunch of hell pit abominations is going to be a lot easier. 2 turns towards that. What's this army looking like right now? It's in pretty good state. We'll probably just take that and run, I think. I did want to reinforce this with a better... Just, if it's going to be on the border, we should just make sure that it doesn't get screwed over so easily. And I think we need to take this area out as well. If I recall correctly, there's actually a quest to hit that. Commandment is available, yes. Growth, I think, at this point. Try to get Itzer up to level 5, which it's just not been able to do up to this point. Saving the money for those abominations. More streams of the game? Not until it comes out. This will be everything until it comes out. Yeah, I expected they would do that. That's fine. They can have it. We weren't going to hold that. When it comes out, yeah, I might play some more. I wouldn't mind playing a Dark Elf campaign after the Skaven one. Dark Elves are my second favourite race after Skaven in Warhammer Fantasy Battle. Let's see how Black Arcs work in that game. They're the only thing in the game that can actually do seaborne bombardment. One turn till Storm Vermin to fill out the rest of that. Send this army in after the cavern. Rest a turn here to get our guys back in order and then clear out what's left of them. I think that is their capital. Not that we're much of a siege-oriented army yet. But hell, if we swung them around and bought 4 hell pit abominations from here, we would somehow be a lot more siege-worthy. I think that is a good plan. Just literally buy 4 Helped Abominations, put them in this army, and then just go. That would be enough to knock a few walls down, I think. The more levels we get on him, the better. This artillery-focused army should be very effective. I don't know if Doomwheel actually counts as artillery. Interesting to know that. Take it up to level 3. Decided to get some useful stuff in there. Casualty replenishment rate and all sorts of things like that. It's a place where we can actually reinforce in this area. I'm still thinking adding a Warlock Engineer to this army would make it probably a little bit better, but with only 3 catapults, it's probably not worth it. Doomwheel's a chariot? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I can't wait. If they get Chaos Dwarves in, oh, they're so fun. I love playing those in Blood Bowl and stuff like that. I'd like to play a Chaos Dwarf campaign. It would be nice to see a DLC to add Rattling Gunners and Warp Jeziels as well. Those are some of the... Rattling, you know, there isn't really a... Outside of the Hellblaster Volley Gun, which really isn't that, like... There's not really a Gatling Gun-style weapon in this game. Which, of course, Shogun 2 definitely had the Gatling Gun. I would love to see that. That is going to make things a lot easier. Recruit a bunch of stuff. I think we should finally have Storm Vermin. So we'll fill out the rest of the army with 4 units of Storm Vermin. Probably Halberd Storm Vermin rather than Swords and Shields. They do a bit less damage, but, you know, we want to hold against large foes and cavalry. They're going to do a good job of that. Do we have Helped Abominations done? We fucking do. Yes. Fun times begin, ladies and gents. That is going to be my approach to Siege. Buy a bunch of Helped Abominations and break the gate down and then murder everything. I think that's a pretty reasonable strategy, all things considered. How much do they cost? Probably quite a bit. Those are the Sensor Bearers. They're actually surprisingly cheap for what they are. 990 each. I expected more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, the dwarves are gonna get it. After all the bullshit they have caused me, they are going to get it. We are going to murder all of them. Yeah, I think we'll be alright. Food's in a bit of a better spot. We can probably take it at 2. And that gets us the quest result from that as well, which is always good. It's weird that he doesn't get a mount, I've noticed. That is very strange. Like, he's a legendary lord without a mount. There's not many of those. A charge bonus. Let's see what else. What has this army got that would make this good? I mean, just grabbing these is good, really. Upping physical resistance on armor. Oh god, that's really good. Yeah, let's get that. Considering we use a lot of Plague Monks in this army, yes, let's absolutely get that. Ah, look at this. It's a weird high elf army that I think it's just been fighting with the undead over there for whatever reason. Oh, I've cleared that out quite nicely. Oh, it's actually a Chaos army. Chaos has a fucking settlement? What? I guess there's a... Oh, I think it might be Norska, actually. I don't know, but it's Chaos. And we're neutral with it. Ha. Who knew? Alright, we're going to take the rest of our army down to go after the dwarves. Once we get these Helped Abominations in the mix, we can go and attack the main stronghold with them and see what happens. I predict a mess. A lovely, lovely mess. Still fortifying these areas, because we know there's going to be stuff coming at us. Yeah, it's a rogue Chaos faction. Here's hoping I was actually right in assuming that you could beat down walls and gates with something like a Helped Abomination, because if not, I'm going to look really stupid. Oh, they did not wait for me, did they? Alright. They are rampaging through my territory. We're going to have to task an army to deal with them. Can we hold it? I mean, we have some good units, but that is a lot of much better units. So probably not. I don't think we finished the level 3 garrison. So we're probably just gonna let that slide. Yep, they're just rampaging. They're coming right down. They're probably gonna hit the big city next. We're gonna have to move an army there to stop them. Question is, what army have we got? Please quit fucking with my walls. We've got that new army. That could probably get there in a couple of turns. The closest one is this one, but it's still recruiting. The Order of Lawmasters has been invited by our enemies to fight against us. The fuck? Lord Skrolk is relatively close. Yeah, because they'll probably go for Quitax next. They did sack that area. Alright, well, we're gonna have to leave those dwarves alone for a minute because we have a big lizardman army over there. We haven't got our Stormvermin out. They'll be fully operational soon, though. Where's that assassin of mine? Let's start by killing you. Or not. You know, I think I'll do the Ritual of Doom as well. If I'm gonna break that, then having a Doom Engineer to Earthquake it would be good. Nope, one turn to that. That's fine. Damage building. Yeah, they fucked this up nice and proper, didn't they? It's gonna cost the repairs, and then they'll probably just attack it again. I think this fixed up as well. I am not leaving until we get those 4 Hellpit Abominations and eat some dwarves with them. Oh, for Christ's sake. Yep. I hate that. They just sack it and then just hit it again. Yeah, we know you can do that, dickheads. They sacked it again for basically nothing. I shouldn't have even spent the money repairing it. I knew they were going to do that. I may have pissed off a few too many people. No, the dwarves can go fuck themselves. Those guys I can deal with. I've got Lord Skrolk's army that'll crush that army. I think. Maybe. A bit. That may not happen. It depends how many dinosaurs they have with them. Oh, fuck. Mazamundi's army is following it. They don't have any dinosaurs. So yeah, I can kill that. No problem. That might be a different matter. What I'm concerned about is they both get together and then we're really fucked. Where are those Hellpit Abominations? Are we done with them yet? No, one turn. Alright, this army is fully functional. Let's get the hell over there. We're gonna need an additional army to fight this. Itzer is probably the target. Although they could take Quetzal and Quitax very easily from this position. Quetzal is not in any way fortified. Neither is Quitax, so this is going to get messy. Also, can you actually kill him this time? That would be nice, thank you. Let's get him out there. Oh good, a Rebel Skaven army is going to keep those guys busy for a little while. You know, let's go for that, you know, the whole dwarf peace thing. They're probably not going to be okay with it. You know, actually, yeah. Let's have peace, because we need to kill the lizard men, alright? Yeah, let's just have that for the time being. So that I can commit everything I've got to killing the lizard men, who now apparently have the high elves on their side as well, somehow. So that's lovely. Quitax I can defend. This, maybe. My army is on the way. Next turn for Hellpits. Virulent plans, or eyes everywhere. Virulent plans. I am not going to do anything with that. They are just sacking it repeatedly. Yeah, the High Elves and the Lizardmen got an alliance and are just killing me. So I have to stop this advancement here. Mazamundi is their legendary lord, and he's very high level, and he has a shit ton of spells. And I don't even know what's in his army. If I can hit this guy before Mazamundi gets into range, then we'll have 2 armies to attack Mazamundi's army with. That's virulent plans, which means we can go for distill poison. How close are we? Not quite as close as I would like. Yeah, Quetzal is obviously the target. The next thing to do, maybe we hit Mazamundi's army from behind. It's mostly skinks and shit. So, actually, my main concern with that is that they just kite me to death. Let's get out there. Are those hell pits done? Because if they are, we're going to bring some really unpleasant things. Yes, they are. Very good. All right, then. Business. Before we leave the stream, we are going to crush the Lizard Man Legendary Lord for his impotence. Impudence. Yes, that one. We're going to bring all 3 armies in, and we're going to just screw them up as much as possible. Because they've really screwed with our income lately, and you know what? I'm not okay with that. Can't even afford to assassinate that guy. How unfortunate. Oh, we're gonna get him for it. Once we're done with that, our Doom Engineer will go and blow up the Dwarven capital. But at the moment, my priority is these guys. Peace Tree should last for a couple of turns before he tries to turn on me again, so... We finally I'll get to show you some Warp Lightning throwers in this fight, and then what 4 Hell Pit Abominations can do in the next one. Yep, they're gonna do that. Obviously, we can't defend it. They sacked it, but we have our guy right here, ready to go. And he's out of range, so Skrulk can attack Mazamundi, and our new guy over here, with all of his new toys, can go after these guys. And if there's anything left, our Hell Pit Abomination guy is close behind. Stop sacking our shit. You will regret this. Alright, you bastard. Let's see what we can do with Warp Fire Throwers and Plague Claw Catapults in abundance, along with a lot of Storm Vermin. It's a fairly highly leveled army, which does make me a little concerned, but Warp Fire Throwers should cut through that quite nicely. It says not, but you know what? I don't believe it. Let's go. That is a lot of powerful stuff, like Saurus Warriors with shields, but I have a lot of artillery. Let's find out if I made a horrible mistake. They don't have any cavalry, which does mean my halberdiers were not a great idea. But they probably have some Croxagore. They don't even have those, actually. Oh no, those Croxagore? My halberds will be good against those. I think those are Croxagore. Alright then. Let's see how good our artillery is. Obviously, since we want to take advantage of it, we will fight them as far back as possible. So we'll line up our artillery at the back, and everything else can move there as well. And if they get close, well, they're going to have to deal with a nasty unit of Warp Fire Throwers. And as for defense, we're going to just lay out our Storm Vermin to defend all of that. We've got some Plague Monks in there as well, so they should do pretty well. And we do have some Slingers, not too many. Everything else is just basic units. So that's our line units here. Alright then. This seems fairly reasonable. A lot of it comes down to how good shots we can get off with the Warp Fire Throwers. Because we can tear through large units of stuff with those. Also depends if our will breaks. Hopefully with the amount of artillery we've got, they'll break before we do. God knows if that'll happen. I've got to put the Warlord right in the middle for the leadership buff. And our Warlock Engineer can go over here. Alright. Open fire. See what we can do. We don't know what the range of the Warp Fire Thrower is. Of course, we do have the crappy reinforcements coming in as well, so... Range 430. Yep, our Warp Lightning Thrower actually is higher range than our other stuff. So, if we can find a big unit and shoot at it... Oh, it hits flying units. That might be helpful. Oh, you bastards. They're like, oh no, you come to me. Twats. I really don't want to come to you, but that's fine. It lets me get the extra garrison units in to cause a bit of a inconvenience. What if we drew them in using the garrison units? That sounds like a good idea. Take the garrison, throw them up forward in front of sacrificial lambs, and try and draw them out of position. And then we could shell them from a distance. That sounds like a good plan. Especially if we were, you know, to summon a unit of clan rats that might tempt them to come in. It's like, hey, hello. What's up? Hi. You wanna come into artillery range, maybe? Eh? No? No, we don't want to do that? Because I'd really like it if you came into artillery range. Are they going to be baited? So far, nope. Come on. I just want you moving to artillery range. Is that too much to ask? Nah, they're returning their position every time. All right, fine. If you want us to move the artillery forward, we'll move the artillery forward. Okay, well, in that case, we're putting the artillery here, then. If you're gonna be like that about it. I was hoping the AI would be dumb enough to fall for that, but they would. And, you know, we really should actually pull that army back now since... Oh, it is getting them to move a bit. Okay, we actually did. All right, we upset them. We upset them. Okay, halt, halt, halt. We don't need to move now, I don't think. Where's the hold button? All right, there we go. All right, we pissed them off. Now, let's kite them back. All right, now they're coming at us. All right, now we can pull off our little trick. And now we're in firing range. Yes. Oh, yes, you guys feel free to come into range. You know, it would be nice to target with our warp lightning. Probably they're... Oh, they're backing off again. Come on. No, they're not. They're sort of coming in range. Come on. Come on. Come on. What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? Now just throw... There we go. Now we've pissed them off. Alright, good, good. Have the warp lightning thrower target their lord. There we go. Rain down fire and destruction on them. Where are warp throwers? Yes, in a decent enough position. Good. Can move the line infantry forward a bit. Mostly I just want to make sure my warp fire throwers are covered. Oh yes, you feel free to just mess around here while we bombard the hell out of you. The Lord's already taking significant damage from the warp fire, the warp lightning cannon, so that's working out pretty well. Like I say, these guys are sacrificial rats, so that's not a problem. We want to cut them down a little bit. Once we have our warp lightning ready, we can hit them from the flank with lots of fire. Already put big holes in their army with this artillery. So that's doing well. Alright, they're pissed. Okay, time for phase 2. Get ready for roasting. Move our warp lightning, our warp fire throwers in front. And our skirmishers. Alright, put some warp fire right in the middle of them. Yes, pour it on! Huge damage. Douse him in it. Just douse him. Oh, this is perfect. This is turning out exactly as hoped. Pull the Plague Monks back, use a unit of Clan Rats to hold these guys in place. Front lines used to be holding relatively well. Storm Vermin and Plague Monks will do a pretty good job of that. What we need to do is kill their leader. The leader took a ton of damage already, so he's actually breaking right now. If we can finish him off... Well, if we just keep the Warp Lightning Cannon targeted squarely on him, then he should die before he's able to leave. Oh yeah, just pour it on. So yes, as I said, the AI did not quite understand how dangerous these units are. Yeah, just take it out. We just sniped him with it. It's a really good unit. It's very good for taking down solid, large targets, which that guy was riding a dinosaur, so he was a big, nice target for it. Yeah, you guys are screwed. You get out of here. Get out of here. If you're not careful, I'm going to turn the warp cannons on everybody else if you don't leave. Get in there. We need the warp cannons over here, actually. Or we could just go for full-on bombardment of this area. We have, like, one unit of storm vermin holding it. I'm sort of okay with throwing stuff at that. Let's move the warp lightning throwers a bit closer, just so they can deal with anything that tries to rally on us. Look, if you're gonna be like that, you're gonna be dicks about it. I'm gonna make you regret it. We will make you regret it. I warned you. There you go. Now you guys go screw yourselves. Just throw some artillery in the mix there. Can do more than enough damage to make that worthwhile. Storm Vermin are a bit pissed about it, but you know what? They'll be fine. They understand. Let's back the warp fire off a little bit and use our skirmishers to pick off what's left of these guys. Not bad, really. Still a bit of a mess in the middle that we haven't quite cleared up. That's the problem with lizard men. Once they get pissed off, they'll fight you to the end. Which is a bit of a pain. What's in there? Storm vermin, leader. It's like, oh, those are kind of pricey. Do I want to roast it? I kind of want to roast it, but most of our storm vermin are actually sort of wavering right now, so I want to pull my storm vermin out of the fight and then use warp fire to finish these guys off. Now you could use the warp fire now that these guys are out of range. The warp fire shouldn't hurt my lords too much, I don't think. There we go, now you can just roast them. Pour it on. Still a few of these guys hanging around being dickheads. Are we mostly out of ammunition? Yes, we are. These guys just will not break. Despite everything we've hit them with. Alright, we've got our storm vermin at least back in some semblance of order. Yeah, they did a decent amount of damage to us in return for what we did to them. Even ended up with our lord breaking. And our warp fire cannon is being caught out as well. I thought we got them, but they decided, you know what, we're gonna actually keep fighting. Because there were a bunch of dicks like that. Alright, let's pile in. I want to pull back my plague claws so they don't get damaged. They haven't got any ammo left now, so they're useless. We need to get the extra ammo thing. I need the warp fire throwers to contribute to this fight, otherwise we're not going to actually win it. If we actually lose this fucking fight, that would be a bit ridiculous. Like, these guys just will not break right now. It's because the warp fire throwers have somehow gone to freaking melee, which they shouldn't have. Let's reorganize them. Can we please just end this? You are very clearly lost and you're being dicks about it. Berserker is actually a real pain in the ass, as you probably noticed. It just causes so many damn problems. It's got the storm vermin in there. I could probably fire on it then. Well, the warp lightning throw is crude again. No, it's about not to be. All of our leaders breaking probably didn't help matters. This is just... They're actually going to win, aren't they? They're literally going to win this. On the back of this fucking berserk ability. They ran over our... Well, the problem is they're going to get right into our catapult now. They have a, they're all like rank 5 as well, which doesn't help.
Hornet rats will. What fire thrower? Master kill.
Oh, what fire throwers still have ammo? They're just not firing for some reason. And they really could do with firing. Oh god, our stuff's breaking en masse. Fuck! Did we seriously lose that fight? Are you kidding me? Because of this goddamn berserk ability? Wow. We had that in the bag. I brought some of our skirmishers back. We may still be able to finish it off, but they just... What's left of them just refuses to break. And there's still this unit coming in that we actually can't really deal with right now. They're shielded. They're all shielded, so our skirmishers aren't getting much done. What do we got left? We have a couple of units of... We've got a unit of storm vermin that's still in the mix. Got a fairly large unit of storm vermin there. We need to rally them and soundly beat this. Our warp fire throwers just need to keep running at this point, because they're not going to help any. We have another unit of storm vermin that's rallied. These guys just keep running. We can keep picking at them. Just keep running. If we can get a couple of shots off, that might do it. We are hitting them in the back, which should help, but... Alright, just get a shot off of them. Just one big shot. Ah, shit. Skirmishers on. Can't do it. They can't get into melee range. We will lose. And they did. Great. Run, run, run. Okay, who have we got back? These storm vermin are just still trying to kill these units. They're all just elite shielded Saurus, so none of what we're doing to them is even hurting them. This has got to go down. Come on, it's just not dying! We outnumber them like 3 to 1, and it's not dying. Oh, we have a unit of plague monks that just rallied. Not much left of them, but better than nothing. Our warp fires basically run off the map for the most part. That's now broken, finally. We do have a little bit of warp fire left. It is in our favor. Like, we should, in theory, still win, but... we got our asses kicked to get there. And my concern is our skirmishers are about to run out of ammo, and when they do, we're in serious trouble. We still haven't killed this Saurus unit. And our storm vermin just broke. If our plague monks get in there, maybe. We have a couple of rounds of ammunition left, and this skink skirmisher group is still being a pain. What's left of our warp fire thrower is coming back in, and still has a couple of shots. It's like, please just kill the skinks. The storm vermin should kill the Saurus now. Alright, the Saurus unit is down. Kill that. No, I told you to kill the skinks, not that, thank you. Get a bit of warp fire into them. Just a little bit. These skirmishers are just picking at us. Get over there. Turn skirmish off. You need to kill the skinks. Warp fire throw and get a shot on them now. Did the plague monks get killed? They did. Get a warp fire shot on them. That'll break them, surely. You would think, but no, it won't, apparently. One unit of storm vermin. Almost out of ammo. The skinks need to die, and they won't. Oh, God, there. Oh, fuck. Are you actually kidding me? And now I'm out of ammo. So they've got to go in. We lose. We actually lose. After all that shit, we lost. Oh, my God. Unless the storm vermin rally, which they probably won't. Oh, one of them did. And I imagine that skink unit was a big reason behind that. We just couldn't nail it down. And they're shielded, so none of our skirmishers did a damn thing to them. Yeah, this ended up being a really strange fight. As to why it went this way, I don't really know. But it did. And we lost it. Of all that could have happened, we lost it. Night Runners are not good in melee. Focus that shield unit down. Come on, we charge them from behind. Did that break him? Oh my God, we won! Fuck me! What a mess. What a mess. Holy shit. God damn it. That was horrific. What a disaster. Ultimately, we didn't actually lose any of our main units, thank God. But that was horrific. Look at these guys. 255 kills. These units just would not stop. Whew. What a mess. And as you can see, that's why the Berserk ability of those is a bit of a pain in the arse, really. They just won't die. What a mess. Well, that's going to take a while to replenish, isn't it? At least we didn't lose. I think we lost a unit. I'm not sure what. Possibly a catapult. Well, I think that's a good time to wrap it up, folks. God damn it, what a mess. Thank you very much for watching. Much appreciated. As I said, this is the last stream I'm going to be doing this for a wee while. Once it's come out again, we might very well finish this campaign. Sounds like a good plan. But big thanks to everybody that watched and everybody that has supported the stream and subscribed over the last few days. If you missed any of the VODs, there will be a rerun, but not quite yet, because after this stream, my plan is to play an hour or so of Tooth and Tail with Nathanius. I'm going to take a break, and then we'll see what can happen to that. Alright, I'm going to be gone for about 10, 20, see what Nathanius is doing, and we can stream a little bit of Tooth and Tail.